one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. The place for the realest conversations.
I appreciate United Garden Homes for stopping through with a check for $2,000.
Yes.
Some people came through anonymously.
Yes.
Dropped off money. The family has received those funds. And whatever you can do, if everybody do a little, nobody has to do a lot.
The movement continues.
What are some of the conditions in the jail that got people upset, like the living conditions on a day-to-day basis?
We'll come out our cell at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll get food and we'll get medication. So that shortens the time. Out of those 2 hours, we'll probably get an hour out, and then we'll have to lock back down. And by lock back down, I mean we stay in our cell. We get fed in our cell. We don't come out our cell at all, and that's pretty much the biggest problem. And they simply say that they're short-staffed, but that's not enough because they knew that they were going to be short-staffed. Like, this has been a problem for over 2 years now.
The marathon continues.
There's never been a better time to make change in the city of Milwaukee, starting with the youth. And we talked about the housing. Willie Hines, y'all boy Willie Hines, and they trying to change the leadership over there. We got our hands full, and it's not the time. But we got attorney B. Ivy Lamar on the lines right now, calling from the courthouse. How you doing, attorney B. Ivy Lamar?
Hey, what's going on, Tory? I'm good, man. Happy to be here.
Joining me on the line, Dr. Umar Johnson. How you doing, brother, Dr. Umar Johnson?
Peace and Pan-Africanism, good brother, Black Power, to all my brothers and sisters in Milwaukee, Kenosha, Green Bay, Racine, and across the state of Wisconsin.
Yo, peace, King. I'm going to stand with you and walk with you, brother.
God bless you.
Because I think it's an important thing, what you're doing, and you need to have the support of the community. Regardless if we live in these areas or not, it all affects us in one way or shape or form.
It's time for that action and all the smoke. This is the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association award-winning Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube.
Man, best show in the world, bro. You got the best show in the world. I hope you know that, man.
God bless you, brother. I appreciate that.
Speak up to you both. Thank you so much. Tory, you spoke to my kids. Liz, you did too. But you spoke to my kids, and when I tell you both that they was talking about what we did earlier that morning all day, that's literally what they was doing. They was talking about it all day. My son was just hollering,
Awesome.
where's Tory? Like,
I wanted to make sure that I let you know that to hear a person and have a person like you in this community, the way that you are selfless, the way that you give, even when your cup is not even full, you are filling other people's cup. And that just inspires me to make sure that I help you the best way that I can by doing my part.
As always, my good brother, stay cool, stay calm, stay focused.
Now, live from the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is the king of talk radio, Tory Lowe.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4, we about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready. 101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. And I'm here for the action.
And nothing but that action.
And I want all the smoke.
Who wants the smoke today?
Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the front lines. The marathon continues.
The movement continues.
How y'all doing out there in Radio Land? How y'all doing in the chat? we got another powerful show for you today. So I'm going to need y'all to open up your ears, okay? Thank you for joining me this Friday, April 17, 2026. We got a lot to cover today. We got a couple things I need y'all to understand about the cleanup, the big cleanup. Tomorrow, we're going to be outside, Truth Nation. Who we got in the chat? Let me see who we got in the chat before we get into this. Josh, salute. Josh is in the chat. Kawanda is in the chat. Sincere Ronnie Ray Real, salute King in the chat. Jeff, I see you, Jeff. Jeff is in the chat. Lori Patterson is in the chat. She says, good afternoon, everyone. Not Really a City Girl. I see you, Not Really a City Girl. Salute for joining us today in the chat. I'll say this. Tomorrow we're going to be outside. 300 strong. Outside. For the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup presented by Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewage District. And I'll say this. We're going to have the mobile unit, the hazmat unit out at Martin Luther King Elementary School from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., just getting your household hazardous materials. So if you don't make the cleanup, you can load your car with the household hazardous materials that's laying around, pull up to MLK Elementary School. You ain't even got to get out the car. It's going to be a great day tomorrow. We're doing that deep cleaning. We're doing a deep cleaning tomorrow on the city, especially after the floods, and we going to be clearing out drains as well. We're going to be clearing out the drains. They saying that trash on the drains is a problem as well. We're going to be trying to get some of that trash up off the earth, off the drains. It's going to be a lot of things going on tomorrow. Salute to everybody that volunteered. Make sure that y'all wearing, it's going to be a little wet out due to all of the rain and flooding, but the good thing I'm hearing is that while we outside, it ain't going to be that rain. It's not going to be raining like that. I just talked to Tiff from 620. She gave me the weather report for tomorrow, and it's going to be a nice day. We might get some sun, too. We might get some sun tomorrow, but we definitely going to have some fun tomorrow. I cannot wait to see Truth Nation. This is what I like about being on the radio. To be able to see Truth Nation about that action. I mean, it's just the best thing that I could have ever done is have Truth Nation. An active listening audience that's about that action. And I'm so proud of Truth Nation because every time we get ready to do something, they show up and show out. All the time. Every time. So once again, Truth Nation will be out Saturday, tomorrow, from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. doing the cleanup. There will also be MMSD at Martin Luther King Elementary School, where they're going to be taking hazardous material from drivers. Just pull up. All you got to do is pop the trunk. They're going to take it. You ain't got to get out. Let's do that deep cleaning. Let's get that garage. Let's get that hazardous material out the basement. If you want to know what you can and can't bring, go to mmsd.com. Go to mmsd.com. Powerful. Last year, they said we got 10,000 gallons of trash up off the city. And then I seen a press conference they had talking about cleanups. The mayor, I guess they saying that they want to do something. Like I said, the more, the merrier. But I believe they got a lot more resources to do way more than what we trying to do. Okay, don't come on our level where we can do this. The citizens can take care of this. Cleanups, we don't need the people with the money
to be acting like the cleanup is the be all end all. No, y'all got resources. Y'all got to do that on a higher level and get our tax dollars to work for us. Y'all got to get them potholes up. I don't need for the higher ups, the people with the titles to be out, using the cleanup as the be all end all. I need y'all to come together and get them potholes up off the street. We can get the trash up. Truth Nation, we gonna work on getting the trash. We can work on getting that done. I need y'all to get them potholes up off the street. See, this is why I don't like photo ops and stuff like that. I don't like when they come out with the photo ops and things like that. No, I'm gonna tell you right now, if y'all got them potholes up off the street, if the administration around here could get these potholes up off the street, that's gonna be a huge relief for the residents, especially on the north side. If you want to impress me, get these potholes up off the street, because then we got a lot of things going on, but that gonna help. That gonna help right there. I just saw Fox 6 News post, where's the biggest potholes in the city? Like I told y'all, these potholes is crazy. These potholes is crazy. Now the news looking for the biggest pothole in the city. I said on my show that I wanted y'all to send in the big potholes so we can show it on the show. That's like 3 weeks ago. This is how ridiculous these potholes then became.
They're like mini pools.
Yeah, like you can go swimming in some of these in the summertime. Now, the flooding, if you're going through the flood and you hit the pothole, some people saying it was the flood that was stopping the cars. I said, I bet you they hit a pothole. You know what I mean? While it was going through the water. Then it was like some kind of picture where the mayor was standing next to a big crack in the ground or something like that. I don't know what that is. That looked like a pothole to me, but I don't know what caused it. But all I'm going to say is this. I don't think that the people with the titles need to be using cleanups as a way to say, hey, look, we doing something.
For the photo op.
Yeah, for the photo op. I think that they could do more because they have access to the funding. They have access to better resources to help our community. Can they come out and pick up some things? Yeah, of course. But they have more access and resources than the normal person, and they need to be working on those ideas to work on the top half instead of using the bottom half as a way, look what I did. You know what I mean? If y'all can understand what I'm saying. Like, this is crazy if that's what's going on. But if y'all see some potholes out there, like I told you, y'all free to send the pictures in. Send some pictures of potholes into the Tory Lowe Show, 833-212-1017. Or if you see a storm drain that got litter on it, send that in too, because, while this show going on, if y'all out and about and y'all see a storm drain with trash on it, now clean it up. Now, after y'all take the picture, kind of straighten it up a little bit. But like I said, right now we focused on cleaning up. The big cleanup is this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. We cannot wait. Salute to the people that have sponsored the cleanup: Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffel's, Cousin Subs, Waste Management. We got Pop's Barbecue. We got Ben and Jerry helping out with the food. It's going to be powerful, Truth Nation. It's going to be powerful. And y'all got to register if y'all want to get the food, because we need to have a head count. I don't know if it's too late. Is it too late? It's getting there. It's getting there. I don't know if it's too late, but we needed the head count so we know how much to prepare with the food. Hey, look, when we come back, I want to talk about something that as far as like when it comes to self-development, this word that I want to kind of lean in on, self-regulation. I want to talk about self-regulation when we come back. Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
And that's Tory Lowe bringing you all the action and all the smoke. Truth Nation, it's that time again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we come together to clean up the city of Milwaukee. Be part of making a difference in our community. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup, Saturday, April 18th, 8 to noon. Sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, Waste Management, and presented by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District, your clean water partner, serving Greater Milwaukee for 100 years.
At UW Credit Union, we have best-in-class technology and peopleology. Like if you lose your card, you can stop by in-branch for a same-day replacement, or you can have a new one instantly issued to the app. So whether you prefer interacting with our snappy online interface or our in-person regular faces, UW Credit Union is always here for every you. And whichever you choose, it's the best of both worlds. Join today at uwcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
Walk in for a suit, walk out with two. It's buy one, get one half off throughout April at Nick Avani's. Suits, blazers, hats, jeans, and more. Everything you need from a hands-on team that styles you from head to toe. Find a suit, add shoes for half the price. Land the perfect two-piece set? Now add a vest for 50% less. Prom, weddings, galas, whatever's on your calendar, now's the time to stop in to Nick Avani's. Second floor at Mayfair Mall across from AMC. Buy one, get one half off throughout April at Nick Avani's. Some exclusions may apply. See store for details.
Sweet Talks Medical Spa in Menominee Falls. Skip the sterile clinical office feel. Sweet Talk stays on the cutting edge of beauty and wellness innovations in a vibrant, playful space promoting self-love and confidence. Sweet Talk specializes in a range of treatments including injectables, medical-grade skincare, weight loss, hormone therapies, and more. Not sure where to start? Sweet Talks offers comprehensive wellness consultations to create a customized plan centered around you. Because at Sweet Talks, your goals are their goals. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Get on up. I don't know if y'all know who this man is. Y'all probably been under a rock, or you just been watching CNN, Fox News, or MSNBC. But there's a whole lot of people who know who this man is. You know what? Matter of fact, I think I better let him introduce himself. Yeah, I'm Tory Lowe. I've been out here in the streets for the people for over 20 years.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. We got the summer coming up, and everybody kind of what they call clenching their pearls. Because the summer is coming up, and I want to get ahead of this because we don't have to be afraid of the summer if we about that action. We got to stop being afraid of what other people can do and be confident in what we can do as a village. Understand what I'm saying? And I want to talk about this self-regulation, and self-regulation is about you coaching yourself. Self-regulation, doing it yourself. Basically, your brain's ability to manage your own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors to reach a goal, to get to a goal, getting ahead of things when you start feeling your emotions not snapping out, just kind of self-regulating, like, okay, calm down. I recognize that I'm feeling this way, but I'm going to use this energy and direct it in a more positive direction. Self-regulation. And there's three main parts to self-regulation. It's emotional regulation, managing your emotions, noticing you're angry, frustrated, and choosing how to respond instead of just reacting. Some of y'all react right when something happens, y'all right there, boom. Y'all gonna face the consequences later. But when you understand self-regulation, you don't let your emotions drive you. You control your emotions by understanding you're angry, understanding you're frustrated, but you're coaching yourself to put that in a more positive way of dealing with that. Self-regulation. Behavioral regulation. Your behavior, stopping yourself from scrolling on social media when you know you should be working. Impulse control. Impulse control, staying focused. Behavioral regulation. And then you got the cognitive regulation, managing your attention and thoughts, catching yourself spiraling and redirecting to something more positive. Now, I'll say this, a lot of people don't know or don't have the knowledge on how to self-regulate because they always teach you to just react. Somebody hit you, somebody hit me, I'm gonna hit them back. But many times, once you hit that person back, now you lose certain advantages and nobody can tell the difference between you and the person that hit you. So sometimes it can get muddy, but if you just use your self-regulation, somebody hit you, now that's assault. And that's why when y'all go to them well-ran neighborhoods, that's what they be doing to y'all. They be talking crazy, then you hit them, and then I'm finna call the police on y'all, I got you. Well, you gonna say, well, you was talking crazy to me, and you shouldn't have been talking crazy. Well, they was trying to set you up because you don't have self-regulation. They know you don't have self-regulation. So they're testing to see if they could get you to act a certain way. So now they can call the police and put you in jail. A lot of people do that in relationships, taunting people, irritating them, and then all of a sudden, as soon as they get mad and they get physical, oh, now you going to jail. Yeah. Their whole demeanor changed once you take that first swipe. Oh, okay, yeah. It's a jail cell waiting on you. This is why it's important to understand self-regulation. And it matters because it helps. If you understand how to regulate your emotions, you have better relationships, better work performance, healthy habits, stress management. These are the things that we got to start adding to our life. Regulating ourselves. It's not going to always be somebody around to direct you or to give you information. So you got to practice taking the energy that you feel and using it for positive outcomes. And I know it sounds tough because in today's world, they beating people up on Baddies Club. Every time you're scrolling on social media, somebody talking about they want to fight and, if you try me, I'm going to be the last person you try and all of that. That's the system trying to get you to react first without thinking. So I see this all the time. And a lot of people be like, oh, you a punk for not trying to fight back. But that's going to trick you out your spot. A lot of times, people try to see if you got self-regulation to see if they can trick you out your spot. And they playing chess with you, and you playing checkers. Understand what I'm saying, Truth Nation? When you playing checkers and somebody playing chess, they're going to test your ability to control your emotions. A lot of y'all at jobs right now where somebody irritating you. You know, they really want you out of there. They really want you off the job. So they're going to mess with you a little bit. You know, they're going to do just enough to irritate you. And then all of a sudden, once you break and yell, they got you. And now you in the human resource. You up at human resources talk about what they was doing to you the whole time. And 9 times out of 10, you weren't even documenting it. You was just going through it, but you weren't even writing it down.
Damn.
You weren't even saying, okay, on Saturday at 2 p.m., this person did. You don't got none of that. You just talking about what you was experiencing, and now it's too late because you done jabbed out. And now they finna send you home. Now you're going to try to figure out how you're going to pay your next set of bills because somebody tricked you out your spot. That's what they do on social media. A lot of people try to put your name in the post so you can come out. They're trying to lure you out. You know, they threw the bait out there. They said your name, tried to, you know, you feel like you got to defend yourself. Tricking you out your spot, tricking you out your character. If it's that bad, I'll just block them. I don't care. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things where we got to add certain things to our weapon, to our repertoire, what they call the repertoire. Self-regulation should be the highest priority. Regulating yourself, making sure that you're not responding. Right now, somebody trying to trick you to do something, and you got to learn how to self-regulate. Understand what's happening, understand how you're feeling, and then use that energy to move in a positive direction. And a lot of people say, okay, I'm looked at as a sucker or a square or a punk. No, that's what they want you to believe. Because when they trick you out your spot for acting out, that's when they're going to be sitting back laughing at you. They're going to be laughing at you as soon as you start yelling and stuff, they start smiling. Yeah, I got you. This is why self-regulation is important, especially going into the summer. Don't allow anybody to trick you out of your character, out of your spot. Learn that when you feel emotions, to soak it in for a second, understand why you're feeling this way, and then move in the best direction that's going to put you in the best position. Kawanda says, Tory, I be tested on a daily, but I refuse to let a fool allow me to risk everything I work for because 9-10, they don't have nothing to lose. So I definitely take the 304 route. Well, I'll say this. It's a lot of y'all that's in good positions right now. It's positive energy. Y'all got positive energy going. Y'all moving through y'all obstacles. And then you got somebody that's trying to trick you out your joy. They trying to trick you out your happiness. They trying to trick you out your relationship. They trying to trick you out your job. Self-regulate. Don't be all emotionally impulsive. It goes into the emotional intelligence conversation. Self-regulation is a part of the emotional intelligence family. All right. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have a Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's a spring thing, Milwaukee. Join us Saturday, May 2nd from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Embassy Center, MKE, 3725 North Sherman Boulevard. This free family community resource fair is for ages 0 to 100. Get free diapers, baby wipes, groceries, haircuts while supplies last. Don't miss baby food prep classes and powerful maternal health speakers, Bishop Walter Harvey and Dalvery Blackwell. Doors open at 10:30. Come early. It's a spring thing. Don't miss it.
Want to save money on energy bills? With free tools from We Energies, you're in control. Manage your energy use with easy tips, earn rebates on home upgrades, calculate your energy use, create savings goals, view and compare bills, and more. With We Energies, the energy info you need is at your fingertips. Save your way at weenergies.com/simple savings or download the app. We Energies. Simple steps, real savings.
Breaking down the issues that shape our city and our future.
If oil gets to $90 a barrel, I'll be able to pay off my house. I think war is awful. It's terrible. It doesn't resolve things. It creates long-lasting hatred and even more conflict that the American people are always going to find themselves involved in.
It's The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 to noon.
But if I don't have a mortgage, you know what I mean? You take the good with the bad. Didn't Donald Trump say he was going to end the wars? You can't have America first if you're involved in all these foreign wars. And there's people that believed him when he said that. He doesn't like wars. He said it many times. Said it on the campaign trail.
Catch it live on YouTube or tune in to 1017 The Truth.
He's bombed just as much in his first year as any warmongering hawk president we've ever seen since World War II.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
You served behind the desk.
You served in combat.
You did 4 years and got out.
You were drafted.
You gave 20 years.
You gave exactly what your country needed.
And so did you.
When you raised your hand and swore an oath to your country, when you put your name on a dotted line, you became part of only 1% of Americans who did the same. You are a veteran.
You are a veteran.
You are a veteran. Because no matter when, where, or how you served, you made a sacrifice for your country, and you deserve support.
If you're struggling with life after service, don't wait. Reach out.
Reach out to a loved one, to a fellow veteran, to VA.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 1017 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Brewers won 2 out of their 3 games against the Blue Jays, clinching their final win yesterday 2-1.
Ground ball to short. Ortiz, Fields. Crow hop, throw to first, got him. Ball game over. The Brewers with a 2-1 victory over the Blue Jays, and they take 2 of 3 in the series.
The Crew now heads to Miami to face the Marlins this weekend. Tonight's game starts at 6:10. UW legend Barry Alvarez says he'd be happy to help in any way to recruit a qualified candidate for the athletic director job. Alvarez on ESPN Wisconsin's Will Tausch says he's looking forward following the sudden resignation of Chris McIntosh.
You know, first of all, I'm not disappointed that he left. That's his choice. If he doesn't want to be the athletic director, that's great. We'll move on. We'll have a number of great candidates. You know, using one of my old slogans, you don't flinch.
I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 1017 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Step out the crib, that heart on my sleeve. Phone keep ringing, that call I receive. Grandma on the porch say pray then leave. So I lace up hope like a brand new weave. Block full of pain, I done walk them tears. Face every fear, I done fought their years. Name in their ear like a chant in the bleachers. Front row love for the hurt and the dreamers. They say tone it down, I just turn up truth. Made for the trenches, I was raised by proof. If the system cold, then I bring that flame. You can see that light when you shout my name. Tory Lowe, that Batman.
101. 7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We got the Pop Culture Report. We got Andrew and your boy Tory Lowe with the Pop Culture Report on this Friday. Nazir was out in the weather. They had him out reporting, so he's out and about. But once again, Andrew, conversations about the Bucks. Who's going to lead the team?
Yeah, that is a very good question. That question is on every single Bucks fan's mind as we go into this offseason. And our friends over at 620 WTMJ, our guy Greg Massick from the Midday Show, he was talking to the president of the Bucks organization yesterday, Josh Glessing, And he got asked the question. Greg asked Glessing the question. All right, what happens when you're interviewing these coaches and they're asking about Giannis and they're asking about, hey, who's all on this team? And this is what the president of the Bucks had to say.
So I think those are fair questions. Most importantly, I think there just needs to be a consensus amongst the key stakeholders that there's a commitment to winning. I think above all else, is there a commitment to winning, and do you have the resources from ownership to execute on that commitment? And what you don't want is someone who says, I'm only coming if I have this, or I'm only coming if I have that. You want someone who says, these things change and they evolve year over year, and that is the nature of professional sports. But I'm committing to holding people accountable. I'm committing to driving the best result on court. And an ownership group that's committed to providing the resources to do that. And I think we've got that in place.
So if you pay attention to that, Tory, he kind of gives a non-answer about, hey, if a coach comes in and says, what's the situation with Giannis? It's almost like, well, we don't really know either, right? That's kind of the answer that I'm feeling there. And then the other one is a commitment to winning. So with that being said, let's get your reaction to that.
I'm just saying, like, Giannis is a factor. If I'm coming to coach the Bucks, first thing I'm gonna ask is what's going on with Giannis. That is one of the top 5 players in the league right now. Do I have this, or am I planning for not having this? How you gonna start? You already starting off on the wrong foot. See, that's what I'm saying. Like smoke and mirrors. We want somebody that just wants to build culture. Okay, well, I want to build culture. I gotta have a plan if Giannis is on the court, and I gotta have a plan if Giannis is not on the court. Now, if I'm coming in, I'm talking to the president. Hey, like, are we rebuilding? Are we moving on? Then I got that plan. If it's Giannis on the court, that's 80-something% of the offense right there. Giannis soaks up a lot of energy when it comes to game planning because he needs the ball in his hands. So I need to know if we got Giannis on the court or not. That's 2 different plans right here.
You almost want a situation where you're coming in knowing one way or the other. If I went over to take over Coca-Cola, Tory, and I didn't know if they had the formula anymore, I'd be kind of interested, like, hey, what's the deal here? Do I have my Coke formula or not? Do I have my Giannis Antetokounmpo or not? I think they almost need to trade him before they hire a coach.
Right, because it's going to be confusing. It's going to be confusing. Then you want to create your own culture. That's why I want somebody young, fresh, with a lot of ideas when it comes to just basketball. If they have to start from scratch, they're enthusiastic. But you're not going to start from scratch if you got Giannis.
No.
Giannis wants to win right now. So he's in his prime, or he's in a space where he probably got a couple more years to be on top of the league, and he wants to be challenging for a title. So that's a whole different coaching strategy right there.
He is the franchise. Like, this is the franchise player. Until he's gone, what do you do with him? Now, the other question was about rushing into it. So kind of alluding to what we're talking about. Hey, are you going to make a coaching hire prior to these playoffs being done? Like, what's the move here? This was Glessing's answer.
The sooner you can get someone in, the better. There are a lot of NBA teams still playing. Right, that matters. You have to factor that in. What we won't do is be short-sighted.
So they're not going to be short-sighted. The Bucks want to hire somebody. They'll make the right hire. So they're looking at the playoffs right now as things are situated. I think that they're looking at.
So they're looking at assistant coaches right now in the playoffs.
I feel like that's kind of where they're looking. Let's look at a coach who's an assistant coach, maybe for the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Spurs, the Celtics, a team that might make a deep run in the playoffs. We'll wait until those teams are either out or win a title, and then we'll start talking to those assistant coaches.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, that may not be a bad idea. But here go another conversation about the Bucks. Doc Rivers moving to the front office. Okay, is that for sure, or that's people just swirling that around? If Doc is still around, what does that mean for the franchise?
So from what everything has been reported, he is still with the franchise. He's just not going to be the head coach anymore.
Okay, but he's still going to be calling the shots.
In some capacity.
Okay,
maybe.
So he still kind of is. Okay, y'all move around with the titles. I move around with the ego, you know what I mean, and the philosophy. Now, where I see where Doc can make some sense is if he's evaluating talent. because he was a player in the league. He was a coach in the league. He is a Hall of Famer. That's the only where I see where Doc makes sense, where if he gets into the point where he can scout talent. Because he probably, I would give him that. I'm not going to, just because I didn't like the way he was coaching the Bucks, I'm going to give Doc the advantage of choosing talent.
I would give him the advantage of being the tiebreaker in conversations about talent. So if you and me are looking at a player, I love him, you hate him, I love him, and now Doc Rivers is in the room, he can be the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Doc has knowledge, valuable knowledge of can this young man play in the league, or, kind of run it, look at this guy, look at this tape. What do you think? Is this a solid pick? Draft is coming up, when the draft comes up, is this a solid pick? I think Doc would be good for that. But after that, I don't know.
Here's the other thing.
I think he kind of backdoor Adrian Griffin a little bit. I don't know. It just sounds, I don't know all the details with that. But
Doc Rivers has seemed to rub every single NBA player he's ever coached with the wrong way. It doesn't seem like there's a ton of guys outside that 08 Celtics championship team that like him long term. Like Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, JJ Redick. Wherever he goes, he seems to rub people the wrong way. His locker room was very toxic this year. He was telling players to Google me.
Well, when you losing, a losing coach is gonna produce toxic. That's all I'm gonna say. No professional athlete want to lose. And when you lose the teams you're supposed to beat, that is going to happen.
So here's my thing: will he get the same toxicity around a front office workplace where it's guys who aren't professional athletes, it's guys who are essentially pencil pushers, number crunchers, guys who are just watching tape all day? Are they going to hate him as much as his players hated him? That's what I would be concerned about.
I think Doc has some value when it comes to evaluating, but when it comes to philosophy, when it comes to structure, culture, we may not want to have him in a space where he can interfere with that. That's all I'm saying. I would just, put him over here. We got a lot of talent out there. Go look and find the next Giannis or something. Maybe I would give him that because he is a part of the game. He's a Hall of Famer. Anybody that plays the game can look at a kid playing basketball and be like, oh, that kid got talent. That kid could probably be a factor or produce in a certain way. I give him that.
Let's solve the problem right here. Let's buy him a ticket to a Vikings cruise story. He can go around Europe on a Vikings cruise ship, right? So he's on a little bit of vacation, watch a couple basketball games, stay out of Milwaukee, stay out of my locker room, stay out of my gym. You're across the that's what I want. Get him off the continent.
Yeah, get him moving around, and then, let the operations move forward, Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more Pop Culture Report, Truth Nation. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to Bucks beat writer Jim Owczarski. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we don't leave success to chance. We're designed for it. With strong support, high expectations, and a team committed to excellence, our educators turn belief into outcomes every day. If you believe every child deserves an excellent education, join Milwaukee College Prep. Apply today. Visit mkeprep.com/jobs.
This April, it's Financial Literacy Month on 101.7 The Truth, powered by UW Credit Union. Financial literacy isn't just about money. It's about confidence and making smart decisions for your future. UW Credit Union is here to help with free tools, expert guidance, and resources. From budgeting tips to one-on-one financial coaching and self-guided lessons you can access anytime. Because they're not a bank, they're a partner in your financial journey. Learn more at uwcu.org.
Real talent is defined by what people can do, not where they learn to do it. So by stopping at the education section of a resume, you might throw away the perfect hire. You might miss someone who has valuable skills to offer to help your business thrive right now and in the future. Because the truth is this: Skills First Hiring helps you see talent others miss, like more than 70 million stars, skilled through alternative routes. When you let their story unfold, you gain a competitive advantage, because hiring managers who start with skills are 60% more likely to find a successful hire. See the real person, complete. See what others miss. Hire skills first. Learn why it's a competitive advantage at tearthepaperceiling.org. Brought to you by Opportunity at Work and the Ad Council.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah. Phone ring, say, same name on it. Yeah. Whole city got it. Same name. Mama in the lobby, folder in her hand, saying, baby, I'm tired, they don't understand. Case on the news, but they mute that pain. So we call one name, trying to change that game. Tory pull up, check to the table, ask who failed you, who lied, who labeled. He know every auntie.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Pop Culture Report brought to you by Tory Lowe and Andrew right here in the studio. Andrew, they're saying that a Super Bowl wide receiver from the Philadelphia Eagles was arrested for insurance fraud earlier this week.
Yes, sir. Alshon Jeffrey, you remember him? Played for the Eagles, played for the Bears for a couple seasons. Yeah, so he got arrested on Wednesday, Tory.
Oh, wow.
For insurance fraud. Now, we see a lot of these professional athletes get hit with some, legal issues. Right. Sometimes it's gambling debt. Sometimes it's intoxicated driving. Insurance fraud's a first for me. So, according to California state law, insurance fraud's a felony, Tory. And we don't exactly know how he was pulling this whole thing off, but according to reports...
Why would he do insurance fraud? He got a whole career, a Super Bowl career. I mean, it just seems like maybe, when somebody present things to him, he probably didn't understand what it was or something, because ain't no way you outright pulling insurance fraud.
Well, so the situation appears
knowing that you got the spotlight, knowing that you in the front, like, hey,
a lot of eyes on you. So it's conceal or fail to disclose insurance benefit or payment. So at some point he got an insurance payment, and at some point he did not disclose it, didn't put it on his tax returns, didn't give it to the state, didn't tell people that he got this insurance payment. Therefore, insurance fraud.
Oh, wow.
That is how this occurs. So the problem is that it's a fine double the amount of fraud. So if you got $100,000 in insurance that you didn't claim, now it's a $200,000 penalty.
Oh, wow.
And because it's a felony, there's jail time potentially connected to it, up to 5 years in jail. Now, I don't think he's going to actually...
Do you think that he knew that he had to file the insurance, or he thought since it came from insurance he didn't have to pay no taxes on, or he didn't have to report it or something like that? I don't know.
That's why it's so important.
Was he smart enough to really understand what happened?
No, he was not. And that's why you're in the situation you're in.
Because you got CTE now. Like, sometimes when you get knocked around a little bit, you ain't thinking about filing insurance claims a certain way. You just looking at the cash and like, okay, he can't have the thought process to say, okay, let me do the checks and balances with this insurance money.
There's a lot of people who blame mental health for some things. Is this the catch-all for NFL players now? Every time they get in trouble, it's CTE?
Well, it's definitely a factor.
It might be.
He won the Super Bowl. How many times he had to get hit to get to the Super Bowl?
Couple times.
Look at Antonio Brown. A lot of people.
No, come on, that's not fair.
Come on now, he did.
Antonio Brown's a separate type.
No, I'm just saying the way he be acting, like I don't know. But like I said, he got hit going over the middle. And I forgot that game. He got hit going across the middle, and he had to lay there for a couple, for a minute. So I don't know. Like when it comes to these football players, I'm gonna take a little backseat on pressuring them because they may not be all the way there.
Tory Lowe, soft on NFL players.
No, I'm just talking about the fact that they go out there in a gladiator sport, get knocked around. Some of them NFL players, once they get out the league, they go broke like 3-4 years after they get out the league.
That's fair.
I'm just saying, like, it's because they may not can think. Okay, all right.
Hire Andrew Zimmel as your personal accountant. That's all I got to say. I don't have CP.
I would love to hear if he was like knowing of what's going on. Well, I want to hear his side.
Okay, that's a good point. I would like to hear his side. I'd also like to know what the insurance payment was because I'm curious about that as well. All right, let's shift gears. Staying in L.A., there has been a lot of talk about a singer, Tory. Now, we've been on this for a little bit. We kind of knew this was going to come, but we officially have charges for David.
Yeah, out of L.A.?
Major breaking news now. Detectives from the Los Angeles Police Department Robbery Homicide Division have arrested singer David Burke for the murder of Celeste Rivas. Burke is being held without bail. The case will be presented to the DA's office on Monday for filing consideration. You may remember, and we've been reporting, Rivas's body was found in the trunk of David's car in September of last year. She was only 14 years old. Again, this breaking news just into our newsroom. We're working to get more information, and we'll continue to follow this story.
Okay, well, they knew that it was eventually they was gonna catch him. They just needed more evidence.
Yeah.
I think they got his friend.
It has been one of those stories that I think everybody has been really interested in because there's a lot of different levels to it. First off, you find the body in the back of a Tesla in a lot. That's never a great sign. Then you connect it to the pop star, and then you find out that she was 14 as well. So there's a lot of different legalese. There's a bunch of different connections here. I'm glad that they're finally getting some closure, the family is. And
right, because it's been going on for a while, this investigation.
Almost a year to this point.
Right.
Yeah. And look, you think to yourself, too, if you are the LAPD, it's taken so long to build this case against him. They probably have it pretty lock solid here, Tory.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't it a friend that was involved that they I guess somebody else was involved in this. Maybe they told on him or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody gave information that, puts him right at the center of all this.
Yeah, I cannot find anything to connect him with his friend, but I do know this is an investigation that had plenty of people coming in because if you remember originally, he wasn't a target of the investigation. There was targets on other people that were associated with him, friends.
They had to work the outskirts first.
Yeah, until they were able to finally close in on him. But again, this has been going on since April of 2024 is when she first was reported runaway from her family, Tory. So think it's already April of 2026. So it's been 2 years that this family's been dealing with this type of stuff.
Well, look, he need to be charged and held accountable for his actions. And we'll keep everybody updated on this. This story definitely been going on for a while now, but an arrest has been made, and Dave is the one that they say, hey, he did this.
All right, let's shift gears. Kim Kardashian, Tory, the story continues with
Kim
her
Kardashian,
and Ray J.
Here we go.
I know. We've a tape that came out almost 20 years ago now consistently is in the news. So Kim Kardashian attempt to keep the details of the alleged tape between her and Ray J private has now turned into a $6 million lawsuit, essentially. Because
I thought Ray J was trying to sue her. I guess now she's trying to sue him.
Yes.
So she countersued.
He did countersue. Now, the funny thing about this entire situation, Tory, if you remember, Ray J sued her for the $6 million, which was originally because of a comment that she made on Keeping Up with the Kardashians on her reality TV show. So he said, you broke the agreement first. I want my payday. Well, when he made that suit, Kim Kardashian and her lawyers now claim we didn't break it back when we mentioned it because we didn't mention the financial details of the situation. You did in your suit, so now we're going to sue you for $7 million, not the $6 million. So all this is so funny because they both got $6 million originally from this deal. He sued for another $6 million, essentially her $6 million. Kim now sues for his $6 million plus another $1 million on top of it. So back and forth. And the whole thing, and the funniest part about this entire deal is that every time that they sue each other, more details are revealed in the original 2003 agreement.
And I think that both of their careers have kind of went off to the side.
You think Kim has taken
Kim is like, when she was with Kanye West, it was always Kim this, Kim yes, Kim yay, Kim. Now she's kind of quiet, kind of like Paris Hilton. You don't hear too much about Kim.
I don't know.
What was the last thing you heard about Kim before this?
She had some sort of brand deal that I'm talking
about in a chaotic space. Like, she's always going to be a business person. Her family's going to make sure they sell the image. But I'm talking about, you don't hear a lot of the crazy stuff going on.
You want to hear the last thing I heard about Kim?
Last thing I heard about her is Kanye West saying she won't let him see his kids.
The last thing I heard about Kim was she cannot pass that darn bar exam in California. She keeps trying to become a lawyer. She cannot pass that bar exam. Look, at the end of the day, Tory, does any of this really matter? No.
I think that Ray J and Kim are trying to get it back in the news feeds, because that's what put them both in a space where they were able to capitalize. So now here we go, back at square one.
I think it might be the worst one of all time, too, by the way. I know nobody really cares, but I will have to slip that in there. And then finally, we don't ever get this in the NBA. This is why I'm such a WNBA fan. So the WNBA draft was this week, Tory. I know you were paying very tight attention to it. Number 1 overall pick went to the Dallas Wings. They had the previous number 1 overall pick, Paige Beckers. This number 1 overall pick happened to be her girlfriend from UConn, AZ Fudd. The first question that AZ Fudd gets at her introductory press conference, or one of the first, is about her relationship with her now teammate, Paige Beckers.
Oh, wow.
The Wings PR staff immediately jumped in. They said, we're not going to answer questions about personal lives. My question is this. Will we ever see it in the NBA? With a number 1 overall pick going to play with his boyfriend.
Womp, womp. I don't know. Like I said, people nowadays, that if they were both good enough to get in the league, salute. How many people that's in a relationship are good enough to get in a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity at the same time?
The funny thing is, I think that there are multiple couples. In fact, I know there are multiple couples in the WNBA. They just don't happen to be on the same team. They also don't happen to be the number 1 overall
But were they drafted?
They were not drafted.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So this is a kind of unique situation if that's the case.
I'm just saying, keep your head on a swivel, Tory.
Hey. Well, thank you for that pop culture report. When we come back, I got a question of the day on this Friday. I got a question for Truth Nation. When we come back, we're going to open up the lines. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
Coming with straight truth.
If you acted up, if you were out here doing any kind of foolishness or just something that people know would make your family's name look bad, your neighbor from down the street, if they see the son or daughter, be like, what are you doing? They gonna call you out. They gonna let you know that they saw you. And then they gonna tell you, come here. Now you know I'm gonna tell your daddy.
That part.
There are a lot of times when people are new to an area, they don't know where to plug in. And anybody who plugs in the 101.7 The Truth and listen to you and Dame and Truth Nation would know that there is a significant public outcry when violence happens in our community. Don't worry about the outcry if you're not listening to the right people. So I would encourage her to tune in to 101.7 The Truth and listen to you guys, Denise Thomas, Dr. Ken Harris, Tory Lowe, and definitely Sherwin Hughes every day.
Watch all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows by subscribing to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. And you think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice, Wisconsin, the truth. The most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM. The movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. Stand up. It's Tory, Lowe, the truth. From 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice. We want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory, Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the second hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And I got a question, Truth Nation, and I'm gonna need my females to, the women, my queens, to chime in on this. Because yesterday we talked about Nia Long and her interview. Everybody know who Nia Long is. If you watch Black movies Friday. She was married to the Celtics coach and he cheated on her. And I guess now she's single and ready to mingle. But they asked her a couple questions and I figured, let me bring this in front of Truth Nation because it was something with the interview that made me raise an eyebrow. And she was talking about dating young men, And sometimes when older men talk about dating younger women, a lot of people are like, ooh, it kind of like a little frown on it a little bit. But when a woman says, hey, I'm finna date younger men, it's like, okay, girl, Stella got her groove back. You know what I mean? I like the way you move. Now, I just want to know when they say younger men, like what is too young? What is she like, 50, 46 or something like that? 55 years old. And you talking about younger men, are you talking about 20 young or you talking about like when they fresh at 18, 19, 20 or younger than you like 30? See, I'm going to need y'all queens to come forward and tell me when y'all talk about dating these younger men, what age is young to y'all? Like, is it when you say younger, meaning like 30, younger, or early 20s, or 19? Like, I just want to figure this out because there's a lot of women talking about dating these young men or giving these young men a shot. We got a clip of Nia Long in her interview about dating as an older woman. Let's listen.
What's it called?
Raya.
I've heard of Raya.
People are on Raya.
I can't be on Raya because I wouldn't even keep up. They'll be like, she's the flakiest date app person. Get her off of here. I'd probably be kicked off because I'd be like, that was a corny. Like, I'm so picky.
Yeah.
I'm really picky. I do like younger, though. I think there's something fun about younger.
Young is fun.
Young is fun.
Young is fun.
And they also go home.
That's true. That's true.
I like a go home. I think Carol Burnett, was it Carol? Or maybe it was Jane Fonda. Basically what she said is if I ever get married again, he needs to live next door. And I kind of like that idea.
Whoopi Goldberg said that once. I don't want a man in my house.
I think Carol, Whoopi, and Jane probably all said that. I know Whoopi said it because I know Whoopi. She's fine with her gardenias and herself.
What's the biggest difference between being...
All right, so here we go with these conversations. Now, I'll say this, because she said, hey, I'd rather for him to go home. Now, when men say it, hey, I want to just, smash and pass, go home. Like, is it different when women say it than when men say it? I need my queens to chime in and help me out a little bit. When y'all talking about dating young, and she also goes on to say she wanted to sign an NDA too. So it's a two-part question. It's a two-part question. How young, when it comes to women, like she's 55, when y'all say younger men, do y'all just mean 30s? That's younger, or like young, like fresh meat, 20 years old. And then she said, oh, when she's done, he gets to go home. Do she mean to his house or to his mom's house? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there because I'm seeing a lot of people, older women, having these open discussions about, dealing with these young men. Sincere Running Ray Real says, don't let us men say young and fun, but they talk about it. It seems like you ready now, we in trouble. Oh, wow. Seems like you're ready. Like, because, R. Kelly, the whole thing with R. Kelly and all of these older males dating these young girls, people was like, ew. But now, it's more women saying, hey, look, I want to catch some young, a young tender, basically, and they can go home afterwards. I'm just saying, how young is young? If y'all want me to throw in how young do you go? If you in your 40s, if you in your 50s, or even if you like 30 something. Nia is 55 years old. So I just want to throw that out there because I need to get a clear understanding when y'all talking about dating young. I probably wouldn't go below 36.
You keep giving Nia Long's age, Tory.
Yeah.
It's 50 fine. That's what it is.
50 fine?
He's 50 fine.
50 fine is wine? All right, I'll say this. How low do you go? Male and female. We can open up for male and female, but my interest, I got to raise an eyebrow at this. Because I'm thinking you got to keep around your age, like stay around your age bracket. But sometimes some people dip below the age bracket. Like, I figure, in the range of 3 to 4 years below or above your age bracket.
I think the older you get to, it kind of changes, right? Like if you're in your 30s and they're in their like late 40 or early 40s, I think that kind of changes things, Like if I'm 33 and she's 43, a little different than if I'm 23 and she's 33.
Okay, I'll say this. It was a pastor that a while back, and he got a girl that was like 18, 19 or something like that. The pastor, and they was like, this is my girl and all of that. Like, and they was talking about she could have been groomed. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, is there a line that you can't go below when you're talking about dating younger? I want to know, Truth Nation. 833-212-1017.
I'll tell you, when I was in college, Tory, I knew some girls who would bring guys who were like 35, 37, 40 to college parties. And I was like, what are they doing? Don't they have a bedtime?
Right. But what I'm saying is the society, they're saying that what is grown? Grown is what now, when you turn 18. But then you can't go into a bar unless you're 21. Or you can't drink legally until you turn 21. Okay, so what is it? Like, I'm seeing a lot of conversation on this, and I need to have a clear understanding, because I look at people weird when they deal with, when they're older and they date younger. I'd be like, okay, you can't find nobody your age. But then some people say, I don't vibe with people my age.
Which is a problem.
I need somebody that's more young and fun. And people my age are old and fogey at this point.
Because they're adults.
Well,
they got kids. They got mortgages.
Barbara says grown should be considered at 21.
Do you want to hear my definition? 22. Because then you've done a year of legal drinking. You're not going to be a complete headache if we go to bars and stuff. If you go to a restaurant with this person, they're going to know how to order off the wine menu. 22 is my grown. Plus, you're out of college.
Okay. Well, let's say you're 55.
Okay.
You got kids that's 20 years old.
Okay.
Okay. And then you come in with a 22-year-old.
They're going to be upset.
I'm just trying to tell you, like, should there be some kind of guidelines to bringing in to dating younger, or it's just whatever? As long as they're over 21, it's cool. It's legal.
Your kids should not be introducing you to your next girlfriend.
Not really. A city girl says, I say no younger than 21 and keep it within the same decade. No younger than 21 and keep it within the same decade. Like, it's interesting to me that now more women are coming out saying, hey, I like the young men, you know, but I don't want to stay with them. They can live in the house next door. They can have their own space, and I just want to just, you know, sign an NDA. Now, that's my second question. Would you sign an NDA to be in a relationship? Would you sign an NDA to be in a relationship with somebody? Some people have a problem with signing a prenup. Some people, hey, you present me a prenup, I'm not going to take it. So that's the end of the relationship. But an NDA is not a prenup. It's just an agreement between, I won't spill the beans on social media or something like that. Would you sign an NDA, Truth Nation? 833-212-1017. And how young is young? Like, when you talk about dating younger, what is this? Is this R. Kelly, Aaliyah type stuff? What's going on? 833-212-1017, because it's kind of wide open. Maybe I should ask AI. Maybe I should ask AI. Like, I don't know. Sir Char says, if you at 18, you can get a permit to carry, join the military, that 18 will always be good all the way across the board. So now it's 18. First it was 21 in the chat. Hey, now, if you could get a permit to carry, this is what Sir Charles is saying. Join the military. Hey, it's fair game. Not really. A city girl says, but for Nia, she shouldn't go younger than 35. Nia shouldn't go younger than 35. I'll say this. You guys, I got to give you the side eye messing around with these young babies, like when they first turn 18, 19, 20. What you trying to do? Like, to each his own. But that's cutting it close.
Neil Long, call me. I will sign an NDA.
So you just all for it. Like
Neil Long, for sure.
But you in your 30s?
I'm 28.
Okay, well, I don't think nobody going to do too much pushing back on that. But what I'm saying is, how young is young? All right, if a 55-year-old man showed up with a 22-year-old girl.
There's going to be some side eyes.
I don't know. We're going to run the break. If y'all want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. How young is when women talk about dating young, how young is that? What is the age? What is the drop? When men talking about young age, sometimes people going all the way down past 18 trying to, but we got jails for that. We got prison systems for that. When we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's that time of year again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we'll be cleaning up the city of Milwaukee. You can also safely get rid of hazardous household items thanks to MMST. Drop off your items from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at MLK Elementary School. We're talking things like all antifreeze, paint thinners, batteries, and pesticides. Sign up now at ToryLoweCleanup.com. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Sub, and Waste Management.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
As parents, we have a million things running through our minds. Playdates, checkups, groceries, laundry, diapers, work, carpool schedules, picture day, swim team, did we mention diapers, birthday parties, meal prep, lost permission slips, dentist appointments, and the dog that still needs to be walked. So it's easy to make a mistake. Oh, I forgot birthday candles. Sit tight, hon, I'll be right back. We say we'd never put our kids in danger by leaving them in the car alone. Oh, wait, since when are candles not on the baking aisle? But never happens. And temperatures as low as 60 degrees can be deadly for children left behind. So always bring them with you, and every time you park the car, stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. We've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Yo, you can't break my spirit. Tory Lowe, can you lift my spirit? Cause the devil trying to kill my spirit. Tory Lowe, can you lift my spirit? Cause my enemy can't kill my spirit.
It starts with a spark. At Milwaukee College Prep, that spark turns into something extraordinary. From age 3 through 8th grade, MCP nurtures brilliance, building scholars with knowledge, character, and confidence. 88% of the students face economic hardship, but that doesn't define them because at MCP, every child's potential shines. With 4 campuses and 1 powerful mission, college and beyond, Milwaukee College Prep is free, high-performing, and open to all Milwaukee families. Visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com to enroll or get involved. That's MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com, where Milwaukee's future begins to shine. Okay, question of the day. I guess we kind of got 2 questions of the day. I think we had Lisa. If Lisa, I don't know what happened, but if you can, you know, call back, we'll get you in. But all I'm saying is we got older people now talking about they eyeballing the youngins. Like they still got it. Neil Long, hey, I like them young guys. They're fun. Hey, fun size. Hey. I'm just saying. I need the queens to chime in. What is this? 55 years old, eyeballing the youngins. Do these young people got a chance with y'all older women? Don't let me catch y'all out there looking thirsty at these young men. I'm trying to figure it out. Maybe the old ones ain't, y'all not interested. But we got a lot of people chiming in the chat. Josh says, I think 10 years under or above is legit. Anything more than that, I'm judging. He goes on to say 18 or 21, you not grown. You're not fully into adulthood until 30. Barbara goes on to say, it's funny that when a man is going with a younger woman, they're dating, but when an older woman wants a younger man, she only wants him around when she feels like it. Here we go. Lady B from Milwaukee in the chat says, I'm 34, Tory, and I will only go 2 years below my age and 15 years above my age. I love an older man. I love me some gray. I'll make an exception for Sherwin, though, since he's more than 15 years older than me. Okay. All right. Lady B, she's shooting her shot. Shooting a shot at Sherwin. But I also got somebody said it's a measuring. It's just some rules to the game. 5027 says the age rule for dating, messing around, anything like that has always been you cut your age in half and add 7 years. Cut your age in half, add 7, and that's the youngest that you deal with. My father told me that in my 20s as a rule to live by. Hey, cut your age in half and add 7. Hey.
So a 55-year-old could only date a 35-year-old.
Yeah, okay. It's young. It's still young, but hey, you can't be dipping. Sometimes you dipping too close to where you might set off an alarm or something. You dipping down.
I think once you're out like past 30, though, it's like all kind of the same thing.
I don't know. It's I guess, honestly, this is what 2025 is saying on the Talk to Text line. Honestly, I believe no one should go lower than 8 years their age for dating. And if they got grown kids, don't date anyone less than 9 years older than your oldest kid. Hey, let's say you got kids, and then they in their 20s, they 25 or so, and you come home with somebody their age.
Or worse, they went to school with.
Oh, yeah, or maybe look what Jada Pinkett did. I'm just interested. 833-212-1017. Here we go. Let me see if I can get one more in the chat, because I got some stories I got to get to before we end this, before we get out of here on this Friday. And we got the cleanup. Let's not forget, we got the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. We also got, the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewage District, MMSD. They're going to be at Martin Luther King Elementary School from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. collecting the hazardous household items. Get in your garage, get in the basement, get those hazardous household items out of the house. You ain't even got to get out the car. Just pull up. They're going to take them out, get rid of them for you. It's going to be a full day tomorrow. Salute to Truth Nation. We're going to help the city out. We're going to beautify the city, especially after the flood. especially after the flood. We need the community to come out, get them drains cleared. We got the Clean Your Neighborhood Challenge. Get out. If you can't get out in the neighborhood, in your own neighborhood. Get a one big trash bag full of trash off the neighborhood and encourage everybody else to do it. I need y'all to tag me on Facebook too. Or y'all can hit us up in the talk to text, send the pictures in the talk to text as well. But like I said, this is something that, the women remaining silent right now, Andrew.
Yeah, because they'd like to have their young piece.
Yeah, they want their young piece of the pie.
I saw one comment and they said that, like, if a dude walks in with a 55-year-old walks in with a 23, 24-year-old, everybody's side-eyeing them because they're jealous. I don't think that's what it is.
Well, first of all, I'm wondering what do they have in common?
I've hit my friend up about that before.
What? Okay, if you 55 and you dating somebody in their 20s, what do y'all have in common besides the romance? Is that a sugar mama, sugar daddy situation? What's going on here? Is it financial? Okay, you older, so I'm going to have resources, and you're younger, so I can get my freak on.
Tory, I'm in my 20s, and there's people who are 21, 22 that I have nothing in common with that I can't talk to. So how are you 55 and have something to talk to about a 22-year-old?
Maybe it's just fun time. I don't know. I mean, I just wonder, what can a young person tell an older person? Maybe it's just an energy exchange.
Something exchanging.
Maybe they can show them the TikTok dances and stuff like that. Maybe.
Nobody wants to see their grandma do a TikTok dance.
This grandma's on TikTok.
Nobody wants to see that.
Mo the Elephant says, as long as it's sugar involved, I want it. Here we go.
You can teach her how to balance a checkbook. She can teach you how to do TikTok dances. Match made in heaven.
Hey, look, if it's somebody out there that's been in a relationship with an older person or a younger person, hit us up 833-212-1017. You might be in a relationship right now. Y'all might be listening to the Tory Lowe Show. Look at eyeball side-eyeing each other. You can call in anonymous. 833-212-1017. We got Blake on the lines. Let's get Blake on the lines. How you doing, Blake?
What's happening, brother Tory? Almost off work, man. Ready for the weekend.
Blake, we got women 55 years old saying that they like these younger men. You got men dating young girls and things like that. How young is too young? Is there a way to measure this?
But to me, okay, like my daughter should be 35 in May. My other one is 22, and the other one is 26. Men are like, you go to the car lot, be like, oh wow, I can drive every car on this lot. That's nice, but you're not supposed to. And you can probably afford every car on the lot, and you might can't. But the bottom line boils out to discrepancy. I can't see myself sleeping with nobody younger than my oldest child. And if women like you, like, we stupid. We think everybody like us. Or we think we can get every woman. But we, like I said, I'm 55 years old, and I'm back in the dating pool, and it feels weird. I don't even want to get caught looking at nobody because I don't want to be almost a 7-foot black guy with the gray beard staring at people. So I don't go to the club. When I go to Walmart, it's early. I don't even go to Walmart because I got everything I need. So I go to Syndics. I go to Lake. I go on Pick and Save early in the morning. I do everything early in the morning. On weekends and during the daytime, as soon as I get off work, so I don't have to be bothered with people, man. If a woman wants to see you or she's into you, she won't leave. No matter how old she is, she won't leave. Because if they're 55, that means she's just coming out that menopause, she's hot in the pants. So don't get somebody 25 to 30 because everybody 25 to 30 is either in their prime, and I don't know what's up with these guys taking these pills and all this enhancement. If it ain't the woman, you don't need the woman is the crack. The woman is the crack. You don't need no pill and stimulus, man, unless something wrong with your potency. I'm 55 years old, man. I feel
maybe the cholesterol, cholesterol,
you know what I'm saying?
Clogging up the arteries.
Something wrong because with me, I don't need nothing but the lady I'm with. And like the lady I was with for 7 years, she was 44. She's 45 now, and she couldn't keep up with me. And then she even asked me, "You want another woman?" I was like, "I don't need 2 headaches. You already. One woman is like 6 women." I've had I had a relationship with a lesbian relationship for 2 years, Megan and Kaylin, and that was the funnest. That was the two years that was fun. But then I'm writing this book, and you know the disclosure. Megan got mad because I wouldn't tell them everything about my family and my life unless they dropped that $100,000 for the five churches that's gonna be missing that you got to pay the disclosure for.
Oh wow!
Because I got people to protect. You know what I'm saying? I can't just have a book and sell and tell everything and tell my ladies pillow talking, and then they be like, well, we knew that. No, y'all gonna buy a copy too. So we ended up falling out because she felt she couldn't trust me, and that's where the younger situation come in because they gonna think something like me. I was raised by my mom and my dad, but my dad never showed me how to treat a woman. I just watched what he did. Didn't know he had 8 women outside of my mama, and they were married. So my job as a man is to stand on it, hold it down. I don't need you. I can take care of myself, pay my own bills. I ain't no trick. And I heard I was cute, so I'm not paying for nothing. I'll pay and buy what I want to, but if you're too young, I can't be around you, baby. Move around. And like I said, it's a man. It's up to him because he can have it young, he can have it old. But with this woman thing, they see it different, and y'all see it already. So look at Nia. When she was younger, couldn't nobody keep up with her because everybody, oh, she's so fine. Oh, I can't take it. Halle Berry, what's she talking about? She just tired of the pounding. She thought she had herpes for 50 years.
Oh wow!
Now she's 66 and in her prime. You know what I'm saying? She's just tired because everybody's just happy to be with her. Man, I'm just being real, dude. Everybody know they brought her down in the hood on 23rd and Chambers, and everybody lost their mind, man. And
I guess. Oh wow! Here we go. We got to run the break. Hey, look, when we come back, Truth Nation, I got a couple stories we got to run through before the end of the week. If you want to answer the question of the day, will you sign an NDA? And how young is too young? When you get older and you want to get out there and you single and you ready to mingle. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
It's a spring thing, Milwaukee. Join us Saturday, May 2nd from 11 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at Embassy Center MKE, 3725 North Sherman Boulevard. This free family community resource fair is for ages 0 to 100. Get free diapers, baby wipes, groceries, haircuts while supplies last. Don't miss baby food prep classes and powerful maternal health speakers, Bishop Walter Harvey and Dalvery Blackwell. Doors open at 10:30. Come early. It's a spring thing. Don't miss it.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
Want to protect our planet? The air we breathe, water we drink, and land we share? Real progress begins with birds. Yes, birds. The very ones we see and hear every day. On a walk, in the park, or simply out the window. That's because birds are more than birds. They're symbols, sentinels that reveal the health of our planet and our people. And by helping them thrive, all of us thrive as well. Audubon is a place where birds matter, where habitats are protected, where communities are engaged, and where change takes flight. Because at Audubon, hope begins with birds. Progress begins with birds. It all begins with birds. Audubon.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Brewers won 2 out of their 3 games against the Blue Jays, clinching their final win yesterday 2-1.
Ground ball to short. Ortiz, Fields. Crow hop, throw to first, got him. Ball game over. The Brewers with a 2-1 victory over the Blue Jays, and they take 2 of 3 in the series.
The Crew now heads to Miami to face the Marlins this weekend. Tonight's game starts at 6:10. UW legend Barry Alvarez says he'd be happy to help in any way to recruit a qualified candidate for the athletic director job. Alvarez on ESPN Wisconsin's Will Tausch says he's looking forward following the sudden resignation of Chris McIntosh.
You know, first of all, I'm not disappointed that he left. That's his choice. If he doesn't want to be the athletic director, that's great. We'll move on. We'll have a number of great candidates. You know, using one of my old slogans, you don't flinch.
I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Superpowers in the building, yeah. Big heart, big voice. Whole city in the ceiling, yeah. Walk in, capes turn the cameras. He don't need a mask, just manners. Show up when the block need answers. Turn pain into cheers, that's magic, that's stand. Turn who gon' help, so we got hope, Turn I can't talk, that I won't show. From the courthouse steps to the front row pew. If you speak truth first, he gon' stand by you, yeah. He got superpowers, call him Tory Lowe.
Every child deserves a school that sees their brilliance, a place that believes in who they can become. At Milwaukee College Prep, we set the bar high with strong character, high expectations, and academic excellence starting as early as age 3. MCP scholars continue to outperform their peers across Milwaukee because they believe every child can achieve greatness. And the best part is tuition free. If you're looking for a school that partners with you, challenges your child, and prepares them for college and beyond, visit MilwaukeeCollegePrep.com because Milwaukee College Prep is where brilliance begins. All right, well, question of the day. How young is too young? If you're in your 50s, if you're in your 40s, you know, even in your 30s, you may, you know, is it how young is too young? When you male or female, but Nia Long says she liked them young ones because they seem like the fun ones. But then she goes on to say, okay, if I'm in a relationship, I want an NDA. I want to sign an NDA. Now, a lot of people ain't even trying to sign a marriage certificate. Yeah, I mean, we got the quote up as we broadcast live. Andrew got the quote up. And she just went on to say, hey, look, you absolutely should sign an NDA. You know, this is crazy. I mean, would you sign an NDA? A lot of y'all ain't even married, you know. You know, y'all in relationships, but would you sign an NDA to be in a relationship? 833-212-1017, where you got to you can't put out the private details. Or go to social media and put that y'all was out at the restaurant or y'all was at the Simmers. You can't talk about that. Some of y'all don't even want to sign a prenup. Some of y'all.
Prenup's a little different.
I'm just saying, they don't want to sign nothing but that marriage license.
An NDA is for one night. Prenup's for the rest of my life.
So hold on, the NDA is for one night.
Potentially. I don't think
so. Somebody hands you an NDA. We can't go together until you sign this. Some people may sign it. I don't think people are presenting an NDA for relationships. They think it's a business idea.
Like, if I'm talking to you about my business plans, you got to sign an NDA. But a relationship, it could be a business, a kind of a, y'all coming together in agreement.
You remember Derek Jeter used to give like a gift basket away to some of the women that came through his apartment?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's the same thing. You get a little gift basket, then you just have an NDA, like, at the bottom of the basket. Like, hey, I need you to sign this real quick.
I don't know. Like, a lot of people want to tell. A lot of people want to show who they dealing with. A lot of people
with the clout.
They don't like privacy. They like everybody in their business.
Not trying to see my house on your TikTok.
Mo the Elephant says, no, I'm not signing anything until I read the fine print. Reese in the chat says, it depends on the personality and maturity of the young person. She said, I guess age don't matter. She said it depends on the personality. If they got a good personality and if they acting mature. She also goes on to say, some older and younger women are immature. Some men are attracted to the youthfulness. I don't know. I think it's all depending on how, like sometimes when people get old, they get stale, like a stale piece of bread. They don't have any enthusiasm. They're predictable. I think once you get predictable and comfortable, that means you're settling to be old. I think that the young people, they still unpredictable. You don't know. They got a lot of energy. A lot of people want to grab onto that high energy to keep themselves alive longer. Let me know what you think. 833-212-1017. It was a couple things in there. Not really a city girl said Blake started tripping at the end of that call. He started at the end of the call. Hey, it happens like that. Not really a city girl goes on to say, that's the only reason why an older woman will even be looking at a younger man, because he has better stamina. Hey, I guess, after, they say after a woman hit menopause, hey, what's happening then?
She wants a stallion.
That's what I don't know. I'm asking the women. I'm asking the queens today. I'm not for the answer for y'all. I'm not for the answer for the women. What y'all see in these young men?
Secretariat.
What if he show up with the Pooh Shiesty mask? I don't know. What do you have in common with these young people? Are y'all listening to the same music? Y'all definitely don't have the same goals. And they may not, if you got a house, they may not repair the roof.
What do you know about Blueface?
On the house. I'm just saying, you ain't listening to NBA Youngboy, are you? I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out, what do y'all have in common? Or men, like, I guess men, when it comes to young girls, they the only thing they want is a nice young, I guess they'll try to train her, I guess it may be the same thing for the women. They may want to train somebody. 833-212-1017. Sir Running Ray Real says, laugh out loud, stamina is based off of age. I don't know. Hey, look, when we come back, all right, I got to get into these stories. I got to get into these stories before I got to, move on. Hey, look, I hope some queen call in and try to make some sense out of this. I ain't got a queen ain't called in yet. This is the first time that I didn't open up the lines and a woman ain't called in to explain this. Hey, they don't want nobody to know they looking at them young things. They looking at something young. They want to have something young and have some fun over the weekend. Hey, look, when we come back, we'll have more conversation, Truth Nation. Stay like that right here on Tory Lowe.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Still think you're going to use those old chemicals just sitting around under the sink, in the garage, or down in the basement? So don't let them sit there. Get rid of them right away. To MMSD's Home Hazmat Drop-Off Centers. It's safe, it's easy, and it's open to all Milwaukee County residents. There are 3 locations open year-round. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup is happening April 18th, and with a mobile drop-off to help you clear out that waste. Visit us at MLK Elementary School at 3275 North 3rd Street from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Let's clean up Milwaukee.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flySSHF.org and ask for an application.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Yeah, he came up from the struggle. Learned to listen more to speak. Pulling chairs up at the courthouse. For the folks no one would see. Phone ringing on a Sunday. Some mama crying through the line. He said, text me all the names. I'm on your side, we'll find the time. Tory, keep going, you can't stop now. You the voice when they shut us out. Every block, every tear, every promise you vow. Tory, keep going, you can't clock out. When the pain gets loud, you stand your ground. Never get hard. That's what you're about. He's standing by that
1017 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. We got to go to Elkhorn. It's a car dealership that's apologizing after a salesperson texted a black customer an ape image. They're saying that a car salesperson texted a black woman an ape image. We got video on this. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got audio. Let's listen.
Carolyn Ward of Milwaukee says she's bought 4 cars from this Elkhorn dealership in the past, but she tells me she'll never come back after receiving what she considers to be racist texts from a salesperson she had never encountered here. Humiliated, furious, and violated.
It just makes me feel terrible that someone would portray me as an ape dancing.
3 words that come to mind for Carolyn as she reflects on text messages she received on March 25th from a salesman at this Elkhorn Cunis dealership. It all started with a GIF showing a bear waving, asking, "Is this Carolyn?" and if she was still interested in buying a car.
I actually wrote, This is an insult to ask if I'm a bear. Are you trying to be like Trump when he posted the Obamas as monkeys? And I did tell him I was going to report it.
Carolyn says while she was on the phone with a dealership manager, the salesman sent her another gift, this time of a dancing ape in a bathing suit.
How did it make you feel inside when you saw those pictures?
I really felt like somebody had invaded who I was as a person. Then the greater insult was also when I spoke with a manager and he said he would take care of it, and I didn't receive a call saying sorry or, it was a mistake.
After not receiving an immediate apology from the dealership, Carolyn turned to civil rights attorney William Sultan for help.
William, what first came to mind when Carolyn came to you about this issue?
Oh, here we go again, right? I mean, it's kunas, it's racist conduct, and no apology, no follow-through.
Sultan also represents Michaela Starks, a biracial woman who went to another Cunis dealership last year in Oak Creek. She later found an oil change sticker placed on her windshield with the N-word on it. Cunis Auto Group issued a statement at that time acknowledging one of its former employees was to blame. Sultan believes what happened to Carolyn is just as disturbing.
This is common racist imagery. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows that it's wrong, and you should expect somebody to be fired. You should expect an apology.
Wow. Now, Kunis, this is not the first time that they've been in the media for some races. What is wrong with this car dealership? Who are they hiring? Like, why are they continuing? I've never seen a car dealership in this situation where it's consistent racial behavior toward black women. And, for the simple fact that they are doing this, and it's the same, car dealership, Kunis, she said she didn't even receive, hey, look, this is what we did to this guy. We fired him, and we apologize for his behavior, anything. She had to go get an attorney. What's going on? I need somebody from Kunis to come on the show. Andrew, reach out to Kunis and see if we can get the owner on the show so we can talk about these situations. Now, I know that they are in legal matters, and he may not can say a lot, but I want to talk about the culture over there. I need Kunis to come to the front of the congregation because this the first car dealership I've seen in this much racial tension since I've been in Milwaukee. Now, I didn't heard of car dealerships selling people cheap cars and lemons and cars that don't work once you drive it off the lot. But Kunis is now starting to become something where the employees are doing racial ideas against black women. And salute to Attorney Sultan for taking this case because he got both of the cases. He got both of the women. So what's going on? What's going on with the leadership? What's going on with the management? What's going on with who do they select? Why do they feel free enough to do this? Is this the casual conversation that goes on up in the while they waiting for somebody for a sale? They standing around talking about black people, black women. I don't know. We got to get this Kunis management on the show. If they ain't got nothing to hide, they need to come on the show. Because I got to understand what you doing as a person that's running this type of business, and customers are receiving this type of behavior. Trash. Let's get them. Let's Andrew, do work your magic. Let's get them on the show. If y'all want to join the conversation, 833-212-1017. Also, there's a situation where a Wisconsin woman fights a $23,000 bill for knee injury. She don't want to pay the $23,000 it get expensive. Them surgeries, it can get expensive, especially when you get old. And if y'all messing with these young men, y'all may need a hip replacement. I'm just messing with y'all. But a Wisconsin woman fights $23,000 bill for knee surgery. If you watch this rebroadcast live, we got video. Let's listen.
Starl usually likes a test of stamina as owner of The Exercise Coach in Brookfield. She's even welcomed our Brian Cramp and cameras from Fox 6 Wake Up.
And what you want to do is you want to generate force by pushing up and through those heels.
Christine's commitment to fitness does more than pay the bills.
I do feel like a lot of what I've done in my life to keep healthy and strong helped me with the recovery.
Back in July, a friend's dog rammed into Christine's leg, breaking her tibia where it meets the knee joint.
I felt pain instantly, went down to the ground, and realized something pretty bad happened.
4 difficult days later, she rolled out of surgery at the Midwest Orthopedic Specialty Hospital, or MOSH, in Franklin, with a plate in her knee.
And all of a sudden you wake up and they tell you everything's good.
Christine recovered in half the time doctors predicted. Then came the bill for more than $23,000.
So that set me on the course of trying to figure out what happened, why wasn't it covered.
United Healthcare said Christine's surgery was out of network. She appealed, providing 2 letters from the Orthopedic Institute of Wisconsin. One states the medical necessity of treatment. The other says United Healthcare did authorize the procedure while speaking with the Orthopedic Institute 1 day before surgery.
I've got the proof that it was covered, and I just feel like United Healthcare is just fighting a battle with me, and I don't understand why.
Christine's appeals were denied, so Contact 6 began emailing with Ascension and United Healthcare.
Just because your insurance company says this is denied, we're not paying for X, that doesn't mean they're right.
Last week, attorney Justin Wallace filed a lawsuit for Christine against United Healthcare.
I think if an insurance company isn't going to pay for a procedure like this, they should be very upfront and very clear to everybody that that's what's going on.
It looked like the case was headed to court. Then Christine got a call from Ascension.
And she explained to me that they're obviously very frustrated for me, and they let me know that they are going to take all responsibilities off of my shoulders for the bill.
A MOSH spokesperson tells Contact 6 Christine's physician's office did get authorization for the surgery, but it was not applied as expected by UHC. MOSH is continuing to work directly with UHC to resolve the matter.
All right, well, y'all got to fight. You know, sometimes when they say you denied, that don't mean that they right. And you got to keep fighting. Don't give up. Many times when you talk about these surgeries get expensive. So if your insurance is not covering certain things, just because they say they don't cover it, y'all got to keep fighting. Y'all got to. You say when she about to push it to a legal matter, they hurried up and called back, told her, hey, look, we going to take care of it. Hey, you mean, it's bad because sometimes when you pay for insurance, you think, okay, if a situation takes place, they going to handle it right. Hey, it depends on who you got for coverage because sometimes they'll try to find a way around it. Brewer said insurance companies just being picky, that's not that much for a knee surgery. $23,000 is not much. Mo the Elephant says, well, that is how much those surgeries cost, and she's lucky my ACL was around $50K. Had to pay $50K. Why did you go and put in the chat? Go and put in the chat Luigi with the eyes, with the buck eyes. Luigi, the one that did that thing with the healthcare CEO. Here we go. Look, when we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversations. Stay locked in right here on Tory Lowe.
He's the voice for the people and the community's connection to change.
So I was shocked that they let an advocate get on the air, because I was like, man, do y'all really want to know what's really going on out here in these streets? I wish I could have a whole show that y'all could listen to every phone call that come to my. I could do a whole show on my voice message. Just people calling, talking about what's happening. Just off the voice message, y'all wouldn't even believe what I got in my voice message. That I'm gonna start a podcast after show. I'm gonna let y'all hear the raw material because we can't even play it on the air. That's how real it is out here.
That's why I ain't got time for all y'all all that extra stuff that y'all be trying to do. I'm just happy that we're able to have these great, powerful conversations, but I'm going to always remind y'all that we got to still get out here and get to work.
The Tory Lowe Show, weekdays from 1 to 4 p.m., live on YouTube and right here on 101.7 The Truth.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. You think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
You're listening to the new 101.7 The Truth, founded in partnership with Associated Bank. Your money works here. 101.7 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Justice Wisconsin, the truth, the most requested advocate in the state. 101.7 FM, the movement continues. Yeah. Milwaukee, stand up. It's Tory Lowe, the truth, from 1 to 4. We about that action, so tap in and let's go. We want that justice, we want all the smoke. From Monday through Friday, trying to bring the city hope. Yeah. Tory Lowe from 1 to 4, Monday through Friday, let's go. We bout that action from the block, and we ready, let's go. Tap in, and it ain't no holding back. We ready.
101.7 The Truth. Tory Lowe. Tory Lowe Show, live from American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue. The movement continues. The marathon continues right here on 101.7 The Truth. Thank you for joining me for the third hour of the Tory Lowe Show. And the question of the day is, how low do you go? When it comes to dating, how low do you go, I guess? Also, we got a poll in the chat. Would you sign an NDA to be in a relationship? A non-disclosure agreement? Hey, that relationship probably, might turn into 50 Shades of Grey. They don't want you to tell. I don't know. Why would you sign? What are some reasons that you would sign an NDA to be in a relationship? It would have to be for privacy reasons. They want to keep their private life private. But will you sign it? Will you sign an NDA to be in a relationship? That's the poll that's in the chat if y'all want to take that poll. But I want to talk about the widespread flooding that's going on. Did leaves contribute to the widespread flooding in Milwaukee? Officials' answers are split. They're trying to blame it on the leaves, saying that's a reason for the drains being clogged up, and this may be contributing to the flooding that went on the past couple days. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got some video footage on this.
Let's listen.
Well, Deanna, Milwaukee has gotten nearly 8 inches of rain so far this month. That's more than 200% of our typical rainfall for April, and the month is only half over. The other story, though, is these sewer grates. You can see the leaves and debris piled up here. It looked just like this during last night's storm. During the downpour Wednesday night, everyday citizens stepped up to clear sewer drains and stop flooding.
What made it so bad last night is that both of the drains over here were clogged.
One of them was Victoria McCandless, who, even with a double hip replacement, stepped out of her Cold Spring neighborhood home with a rake to clear drains of debris.
There's a bunch of leaves and things that didn't get picked up in the fall because we had that crazy early snow. And so there's a lot of stuff that was piled there and left there for quite a while.
She lives in downtown Alderman Robert Bauman's district.
So I would say 95% of the street flooding that occurred in my district was 100% the result of poor leaf collection. The reason we pick up leaves is precisely to prevent street flooding like what happened yesterday.
But Mayor Cavalier Johnson, in a Wednesday press conference, pointed the blame towards the record rainfall.
What Milwaukee faced last night was an overwhelming force of nature.
The Department of Public Works commissioner says the city's sewers were already full from rain earlier in the week. And his crews worked overtime ahead of Wednesday night's storm to clear drains. How long has DPW been out proactively clearing the sewer drains? I know you said that you were on Tuesday, but what about after the snow melted some weeks ago?
We have crews that are out there all year long. A lot of the folks are thinking that leaks caused a lot of this water in a catch basin backup. That is not the case. And so the stuff that we did see on Tuesday, the residual leaks was very minor. It was a lot of debris. It was a lot of trash.
All right. You know, these press conferences, when they get real, sometimes I just wonder, like, you know, when they started explaining things, when they get asked questions, you know, it's never proactive. It's always reactive. It's never a proactive situation going on. They always, something happens, and now they got to explain why it happened. Like, it sounds like the Bucs season this year. Why they keep losing? Like, it's this whole philosophy that's on the city got to change. It's got to change. If you didn't learn from August when they had the huge flooding, what to do, like make sure we talked about the drains and all of that back then, and now we coming back having the same basically. Oh, well, the drains. Well, how come y'all didn't have y'all knew severe weather was coming? We had a heads up. Okay. All right. It's always the repeated comment, oh, well, the leaves and the trash. This is what they said about some of the flooding that happened the last time, the severe weather. So you're telling me that DPW, the Department of Public Works, you know, they didn't have a heads up on the severe weather to know, okay, let's get these drains cleaned out. Let's try to get, you know, people out here or try to warn the public. They could have went on the news and had a action press conference. Everybody get out and clean the drains. We got a severe storm coming. I understand what I'm saying. I hate reactionary press conferences because now they backpedaling and they got the PR people trying to figure out what to say, reading off script, especially when they reading off the script. Who gave them that script? Did they sit there and write that script? Or did the PR people say, okay, read this? You know, we done analytics, and they say if you say this during this time, you know, this should suffice. Okay, let me read this. Because it don't be having no passion in it. It just be like they reading something and they keeping it moving. But this was something that we could have actually got ahead of. We already went through this already. We know to get out here, the community would have been more than happy if they would have spent time instead of being reactive and got on a press conference. Okay, we got a lot of storms coming up. Why don't y'all get out, find the drains in y'all neighborhoods, and try to clear them out right now? We got a heavy rain coming. You know how many people would have went out there and cleaned them drains off? Because that's direction. That's leadership. That's active leadership. No, now we got reaction. It's the leaves. The leaves fell down and the trash and the leaves. Wow. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Maybe I'm missing something here. How you blaming it on the weather? How you blaming it on, if y'all blaming it on the trash and leaves and the climate? Okay, well, we already had a Exhibit A 8 months ago. You know what I mean? So now it's a tornado, it's going to be severe weather. So why don't you just, look, get everybody out early. Then all of a sudden we see what the real problem is. Now that the sewage, the drains are unblocked, now we're going to see if it's going to be a flood. Now we don't know what it is. We still don't know what's going on. What they say, blame it on the rain. That's what they doing. Oh, wow. 833-212-1017. If you want to chime in, why you think the city keep flooding? Is it the leaves? They didn't pick up the leaves. Like the alderman said, the downtown alderman said they didn't pick up the leaves. Somebody saying it's the trash. Somebody saying it's a combination of the trash and the leaves. We got Mr. Moore on the lines. How you doing, Mr. Moore?
Hey, how you doing, Tory?
Bless brother. Long time. Salute.
Getting ready for them tournaments, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Getting ready for them tournaments.
I need a catfish sandwich, one of them fish sandwiches. I know you be making.
That's coming up.
Let me know.
Hey, we got a clinic tomorrow at Clutch Park. Not Clutch Park, the Noon Park.
Okay.
So if anybody want to show up, they can show up. We'll teach them how to fish. They don't get to eat those fish. They'll get to eat some hot dogs and stuff. But, yeah, we got that going on tomorrow.
If they catch a fish, they got to throw it back.
Yeah. No, they can keep it. They can keep it. Some trout, put some trout in there, some perch. And, I ain't want to say that because some people will go out there and just take it all. Yes, they're out there all day and catch them so the kids can't catch them.
That's what's up.
Other than that, man, don't you know there's a lake right there on 19th Street? And that's been going on for years. I tell you, it's the leaves. That ain't the leaves. That ain't the bottles. That is, no one went there and cleaned that sewer system in decades. Over 60 years, same places been flooding the same way. They made a big mistake, and nobody want to stand up and say, well, we made this mistake. We did it wrong. Yeah. 60 years. It's in the books. You can look it up. It's 60 years.
So you're saying that it's a problem with the sewer system?
Yes, it's a problem. It's a problem, big problem. And they don't want to say nothing because it go cost some money, and they spend a lot of money to do that Lincoln Creek setup, and it's still not working. But Tory, I'm on the east, right? I woke up that morning and looked down Capitol, and I couldn't believe my eyes. Why are these cars down there upside down? What's going on?
Well, always when you get to that little train crossing by 33rd and Capitol, it's always a mess right there.
Always.
It's always been a mess right there.
And you telling me leaves? Come on now. They need to stop playing and do their job. If they don't want to do the job, leave. That check it ain't about the money no more, man. You messing up the whole, or is they trying to destroy the north side? Man, Tory, I'm going to tow my truck with a pothole, and I'm in the truck.
Your truck got damaged by a pothole?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
My front end.
Well, they craters now. Some of the potholes is craters.
Craters.
I feel like if I call it a pothole, I'm lessening what it really is.
Man, it's worse than a crater.
You dip down in there and then pop back out. That's what tear up the car.
That's what tears the car. The front of the car just boom. Like, oh my God. I thought I hit somebody, man.
Oh, wow.
Please don't be nobody. It's a pothole.
Here we go.
The concrete missing. And where the concrete go?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I just the city, for years people been saying the same thing. Now we got bad infrastructure on the road, and we got flooding going on.
It's just the same street, the same spots, all that pasting and filling the hole. Come on now. We need to get the same material that they use in Waukesha, Okachi, Pewaukee. We need that same material. Or these contractors they using, they need to not to use them no more. Somebody needs to take account for this, because it don't make no sense.
Okay, well, look, like I said, this is why we talking about it, because now they got the press conferences trying to figure out what's really going on. We got James on the lines. How you doing, James?
I'm all right, brother.
Blessings, brother James.
Best to you too, brother. I want to say in a joking way, I think they was waiting on you on Saturday. I think they probably had yours a week too late to clean up.
we
you know what I'm saying?
We had that on the docket before all of this now.
I know, but they're going to say you didn't check the weather, the almanac, and could have scheduled that a little week earlier. But no, it's like this thing with them and with the potholes. They got the pothole call-in line. All they got to do is go by every MPS school and look at the roads. And then, because some of the stuff when they had the flooding last time, I was still off of Silver Spring, they didn't even still clean out some of them drains. I went by my cousin's house the other day before we had the flood, before we had the rain. That thing still packed up from the last time they had the flood in August.
Oh, wow.
And so his whole, street didn't get to his house, but you should have seen that, man. You could have went swimming right over there off Custer.
What?
Yes.
He got pictures.
So, like I said, they got, I didn't take the picture, but, they had a, like I say, when they call in for these potholes, who ain't documenting where they went to last year? They're only putting tar down. They ain't putting no solution there. They know once the winter come and they hit the streets with the plows, all that stuff is going again. Like, y'all could call in. Who ain't documenting where y'all was at last year?
That's what I'm saying. From the information from August, they should have been better prepared for severe weather. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, really. They should have. Because like I say, man, this don't make no sense. All this stuff here, because, they know this stuff was coming. It's been the same since I was a little kid. April showers bring May flowers.
Right. That's what they used to tell me. Now I can't tell what season it is at this point.
Man, that's real. But I just wanted to say that, but they were waiting on you, man. They were like, man, your cleanup came a little bit too late.
But it was right on time. Hey,
yeah, it was, brother. I was like,
appreciate you, brother James. Hey, they could have been. They talk about cleaning up now. They talk about doing the cleanup. Hey, I don't know. We just talking about it because it's happening, but I think that we could have had a little bit more better preparation, to me. Especially knowing that severe weather coming, especially knowing that we flooded the last time, especially knowing we had a drain issue. Now it's the drain issue, but it was a drain issue the last time. So where was the preparation between August and now? Just that little bit of preparation probably would have made a huge difference. Hey, look, before we go to break,
one call, that's all.
Now it's your chance to be our one call, that's all Gruber 5K giveaway entry for today. Yes, be entered in to win $5,000. Courtesy of Gruber Law Office. Be caller number 10 right now at 833-212-1017, and you'll be entered in to win $5,000. You'll be entered into our Gruber Law Office $5,000 giveaway right here on the award-winning 1017, the 1017 The Truth, courtesy of Gruber Law Office. Again, be caller number 10 right now at 833-212-1017, and you'll be entered in to win $5,000. And remember, if you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Office today. Visit them at gruber-law.com. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
You are listening to The Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Truth Nation, it's that time again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we come together to clean up the city of Milwaukee. Be part of making a difference in our community. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup, Saturday, April 18th, 8 to noon. Sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, Waste Management, and presented by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District, your clean water partner, serving greater Milwaukee for 100 years.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Redlining happened here. Some neighborhoods are still left behind. When decisions are made about our blocks, our homes, and our families, we deserve to be heard. The Milwaukee County Office of Equity and Empower invites you to help us tell the story of wealth by taking a short survey online. What do you need to build wealth for your family, business, or neighborhood? Take the survey and be entered in to win concert tickets, cash prizes, and more. Take the survey now through the end of March at mkestoryofwealth.com. That's mkestoryofwealth.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Tory Lowe. Gotta tell him, bro. Gotta tell him, bro. Gotta tell him, bro. Hey. Get him, jump down. 27 standing for the home team. Neighborhood hero. Post-traumatic soul scream. Advocate. Wanna know who had to give. Whose idea was it to blast the trick? Once they get back in the way, it's over. Ghetto, John Brown, 27 standing for the home team. Neighborhood hero. Post-traumatic soul scream. Advocate. Wanna know who had to give. Whose idea was it to blast the trick? Once they get back in the way, it's over. Tory Lowe.
1017 The Truth. Tory Lowe Show. Hey, look, we talking about what took place. Could the flooding been reduced by any kind of actions from the city? Hey, we talking about it. I guess they having the discussion saying that the drains was clogged. Reese in the chat says the water system can only contain a certain amount of water, and so they have to close the water mains, which causes the extra water to go into the city. The extra can contaminate their filter water system. Hey, Minister Kevin also in the chat, he's responding. He says, at a low point of the underpass is a catch basin for drain the water. They now put screens under the gate to keep the trash out. Then all the trash accumulates and causes flooding. all I'm saying is they're saying we had these conversations already in August. That's all I'm gonna say is this. It's like Groundhog Day. We just wait till something happen and then we try to discuss it. Well, like I said, if we know that we have flooding going on, we should have been better prepared with actually putting out an announcement saying, hey, look, we may want to we got a big storm coming. Let's get the drains clear. Anybody that went up, they could have used Fox News, they could have used CBS, they could have used Channel 4, but yet they doing ops, press conference, photo op type ideas. And these are reactionary ideas because now we asking questions. But if they came, I would love to see some preventative strategies for once, where they're ahead of it. And then we can deal with it from there. You know what I mean? Now we talking about we having the same conversation, and it's kind of crazy. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But I want to talk about the tornadoes that were confirmed as Wisconsin communities deal with the storm's aftermath. There were some tornadoes that touched down in Wisconsin. I was talking to Tiff from 620, our sister station, and she was like, hey, some tornadoes did touch down around the state of Wisconsin. We got some news on that. If you watching this, we broadcast live. We got some video. Let's listen.
Neighbors in the Sussex-Lisbon area described the aftermath after an EF2 tornado hit the area Tuesday night.
It's devastating. God works in mysterious ways, so I really hope he has a plan for this craziness.
Lisbon Presbyterian Church is among the hardest hit.
When you open the door to the office area, the ceiling is on the table and there's dust and debris all over the place, and you're like, oh wow. And then you look up and you can see the sky and everything is wet.
A beloved church in the area now looking to fix damages left by the storm.
There's no words right now. It's hard.
Right off of 164, the broken glass windows, sheet metal, and more structural damage is seen at this industrial business park.
That's crazy. I mean, this is definitely a direct path of, some tornado.
The National Weather Service were also seen on the site surveying the damage.
It's pretty impressive. Going across 164 here, there's a bunch of commercial buildings, complete roofs that are gone, garage doors that are blown in, quite a bit of damage that's on that side as well.
As crews clean up the mess left, neighbors are staying hopeful.
It'll take a little bit to clean it up, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay. God has a plan. It'll be okay.
While the damage is devastating.
Hey, look, like I said, this is why, we are going out tomorrow to clean up what we can in the areas that we already had this already planned. The community cleanup takeover, the Tory Lowe community cleanup takeover, we do this all the time. This was already preset, but look at God, right when we need to clean up, right when we need to get a lot of the drains clean, like right when we need the conversation for everybody to get out here in the community more than ever now that, go out. I say get one garbage bag full of trash up off the neighborhood, but hey, you can go by the drain and get that off the drain, and send the picture. I said tag me in it, Clean Your Hood Challenge. Get them drains cleaned as well. We also have a story that we ain't got time to, when we run the break, I got a story of a truck driver that got struck by lightning during the severe weather. A truck driver got struck by lightning during the severe weather. When we come back, we're going to talk about that. Truth Nation, stay locked in.
Don't touch that dial. The Tory Lowe Show will be right back on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we don't leave success to chance. We're designed for it. With strong support, high expectations, and a team committed to excellence, our educators turn belief into outcomes every day. If you believe every child deserves an excellent education, join Milwaukee College Prep. Apply today. Visit mkeprep.com/jobs.
Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
So altogether, you're looking at $1,780 for your mortgage and for your property taxes in a year. And that's before you have to deal with, obviously, your water bill and electric bill. That's a steep price that people have to pay. And based off those numbers I just ran, to afford a home like that, you got to make $65,000 a year. But the problem is, here in Milwaukee, the median household income is only $54,234. That's out of whack. So again, I am all about affordability. I'm all about people getting homes. But what we have to understand is that until homes are more affordable, you can have a supply and demand problem, but the problem that we have here in the city of Milwaukee is that these prices, when people are listing these houses, they're listing them for prices that people really can't afford. And even if you do get the house and you're paying that, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is not about living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is about finding something that fits within your budget and building equity for the future.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
As parents, we have a million things running through our minds. Playdates, checkups, groceries, laundry, diapers, work, carpool schedules, picture day, swim team, did we mention diapers, birthday parties, meal prep, lost permission slips, dentist appointments, and the dog that still needs to be walked. So it's easy to make a mistake. Oh, I forgot birthday candles. Sit tight, hon, I'll be right back. We say we'd never put our kids in danger by leaving them in the car alone. Oh, wait, since when are candles not on the baking aisle? But never happens. And temperatures as low as 60 degrees can be deadly for children left behind. So always bring them with you, and every time you park the car, stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat, brought to you by FidelityInvestments.com. Coming off of a big night at the Oscars for Ryan Coogler's film Sinners, and with new movies like Project Hail Mary doing big numbers at the box office, a lot of people are cheering what could be the return of original storytelling in Hollywood. Cedric the Entertainer stopped by Bloomberg recently and talked about how he's pretty sure audiences never stopped appreciating good stories.
People really do identify with great storytelling. So when one can write a film or shoot a movie with intimacy and this ability to relate to an audience, I think we want more of that. And so you start to see that. I thought you saw that a lot more in this year's group of films, and you'll probably see a lot more coming up as well.
Cedric the Entertainer on Bloomberg. Coming up in the summer, he'll be a headline speaker at the 2026 Tribeca X program. That's a part of the Tribeca Film Festival. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Brewers won 2 out of their 3 games against the Blue Jays, clinching their final win yesterday 2-1.
Ground ball to short. Ortiz, Fields. Crow hop, throw to first, got him. Ball game over. The Brewers with a 2-1 victory over the Blue Jays, and they take 2 of 3 in the series.
The Crew now heads to Miami to face the Marlins this weekend. Tonight's game starts at 6:10. UW legend Barry Alvarez says he'd be happy to help in any way to recruit a qualified candidate for the athletic director job. Alvarez on ESPN Wisconsin's Will Tausch says he's looking forward following the sudden resignation of Chris McIntosh.
You know, first of all, I'm not disappointed that he left. That's his choice. If he doesn't want to be the athletic director, that's great. We'll move on. We'll have a number of great candidates. You know, using one of my old slogans, you don't flinch.
I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Tory Lowe! Yeah, on the block by the courthouse. Phone ring, he already know. Mama crying in the hallway, who gon' speak? She say, Tory Lowe. North side, south side, same pain, same tears on a different door. He the one they call when they can't breathe, when they can't take it anymore. Ever get Tory Lowe? He gon' ride when it's time, let the city know. Hey! From the hood to the front row. If you hurt, say the word, he gon' stand 10 toes. Ever get Tory Lowe? Every step, every march, he be in that snow. When it rain, when it cold. If you stuck in the dark, he gon' pull you on. Send him out by the lakefront, bullhorn.
101.7 The Truth, Tory Lowe Show. A truck driver was struck by lightning in Milwaukee near Quick Trip during the severe weather. Wow. We got some audio on this. I saw this story. Wow. You know, and my condolences to the family of the truck driver, but y'all got to be careful out there when y'all out in severe weather. If y'all watching this rebroadcast live, we got audio and video. Let's listen.
A brutal weather night around the area, which included tornado warnings, flash flooding, and lightning. That's what police say caused the weather to turn deadly for a man identified as a truck driver in his 40s walking outside the Quick Trip in Milwaukee.
There's a male on the ground, unknown if he is breathing. Psychologist stated he was possibly struck by lightning.
Becky Cummins was leaving work around 7:45 in Waukesha when this happened. She said all she could focus on was the road and staying safe.
I was out in it, driving home. I had my windshield wipers on rapid.
Really windy, a lot of lightning. A lot of heavy rain.
Stephen Lester also drives a semi-truck cross country. He said when it gets really bad, he heads for somewhere like the Quick Trip to stay safe during the worst of it. Police say the man, who they believe was hit by lightning, had been heading to the store when he was struck. Witnesses tried to do CPR. The man was taken to an area hospital where he was pronounced dead. The National Weather Service confirmed there was a lightning strike.
It really brings it home for you. Like I ignore so many of the warnings. Get here, get there, and it'll never happen. Lightning strikes 1 in a million times. I guess you gotta heed the warnings.
The last lightning death in Wisconsin was in Kewaskum in September when a DNR employee was struck while working outside.
Wow. Now, this is where I say when it comes to severe weather, you gotta get in the house. You don't know what's gonna happen with severe weather. You're really taking a chance when you're out and it's lightning, thunder and lightning, and it's severe weather because you just never know. That's why I say, like, I don't understand why people are out in severe weather, or if they had an option to be inside somewhere, why would you be out? Flooding going on, lightning going on, potential of maybe a tornado actually taking place. Clear the streets. I mean, if you can, if you know, maybe some people may not, depending on their circumstances, may not be able to get to an inside shelter at the time. But, hey, I'm not taking no chances. I'm not taking no chances. Once again, my condolences to the truck driver and his family. And being out, maybe, you know, being a truck driver, driving through maybe a lot of different tough situations many times. But this time it seems like lightning struck. But that's something that we got to be careful about. It's so many different things that can go wrong when you out in this severe weather. So, like I said, let's not, when you know that the weather's going to be terrible, try to seek shelter. Also, tow companies, when we usually talk about tow companies on the show, when we talk about tow companies, they usually in a bad light. They taking people's cars and people upset. But here go the tow trucks to the rescue, Truth Nation. They're saying that tow companies rescue stranded drivers, and they put out a warning: don't drive through standing water. Now, always, you know, put the tow truck company on blast when they out here acting crazy, but it looked like they finally used those tow trucks for something positive. If you watch this rebroadcast live, we got video. Let's listen.
Thursday's sunshine in Milwaukee's storm sewers reveal a graveyard of stranded cars covered in mud in the middle of Fond du Lac and Locust.
There's a really good chance the car's just gone.
The owner of this dead SUV was driving to a friend's house.
When I hit it, it's like, oh, I really messed up. And either I have a choice try and go through it, and maybe it'll be able to make it and it'll get less shallow on the other side. I'm already in the halfway point, right? Or try and reverse out. So I tried to see if I could go all the way through, and my car's engine died.
His SUV and several others submerged in a sea of floodwater during the storm, joining so many others across the city of Milwaukee.
Doesn't take a whole lot of water to lock up the engine of a vehicle.
Jeff Pillar's team from All City Towing worked around the clock to tow cars, taking double the calls of a normal Wednesday, even rescuing drivers.
Last night we were able to save about 12 motorists that were stuck in their vehicles in the flood, not abandoned, just actually still in their vehicles.
Video from the tow company shows them working Wednesday night near 35th and Hour, and this morning near Bay Street and Lincoln, clearing cars buried in water the night before. Also at 3rd and Capitol. The message for drivers with more severe weather on the way: steer clear of flooded streets. Did you learn anything from it?
Yeah, don't drive through standing water like that. Don't try and risk it.
All right. Look at the tow companies trying to redeem themselves. Trying to get their name back in good standards. That's I mean, salute. But hey, we still got to keep an eye out on what's going on with these tow truck companies. But this is a better story. This is probably the best story that I had posted on tow company since the Tory Lowe show started. Because we have our issues, but when things get bad, hey, we gotta do what we can do. Tow truck companies trying to rescue some of the stranded drivers. Salute. I'll say this. Y'all still ain't, some of y'all tow truck companies still ain't in the clear now. Like, we salute though. Like, this is good. But hey, y'all gotta keep going in the positive direction. Or we're gonna be right back on top of y'all for what y'all doing sometimes, towing people cars and things like that, doing weird situations with towing them cars. But salute for this situation where people needed to be helped. It seems like they got the help from the tow company, so salute Tory Lowe. If y'all know somebody from the tow companies, or if you from the tow company, tell everybody I said thank you for the help. I'm always with that. I'm always with something positive in the neighborhood. Salute. We got Kathy on the lines. How you doing, Kathy?
I'm doing good. You scared me up, and I always follow my first mind. I left so early to go somewhere to make a run, and I got about an hour and a half before they said the weather has changed. But when you say something on the phone, on the radio, I'm just going to go ahead and head home. It's not pretty out here. It's getting you kind of scared me up. But listen, it works. Listen, I'm going to tell you another one. Now, you said something about the sewer drains. I remember a long time ago, they used to put nets, like screen nets over the sewers. And then, a long time ago in certain areas or industrial areas or whatever, they should have been recommending that. And then not just, like you said, go on Facebook, put out a flyer, and then remind people to clean out their drains and stuff. Even if they're not your drain, you're a landlord, you're a renter. You live 4 blocks away from a drain. Walk down there and start cleaning out the drains, okay? We did that the other day for my sister's area. Her house was flooded in Glendale back in August. So we have a responsibility as regular people, whether we're tenants, we own the place or not, in that block or down the road, get people together, whether you know them, your neighbors, and then y'all start cleaning out these drains, because it ain't the landlord or the fault if you're a renter and your house gets flooded. Even if you own the place, no one's going to pay for that. Get some renters insurance, flood insurance, to clean up the neighborhood, and I think that'll help a lot of us out. Teach the kids not to be just throwing stuff on the ground. It's not going to help. But the city need to do, like I said, city need to do something. But the main thing is it's people. We need to stop littering. That's just the bottom line. And if people do litter, it's on your block, get that plastic up out of it. It doesn't dissolve. Plastic will not be dissolving. It's going to be blocking up and backing up either your house or your family or friend's house. And I don't want to go help either one of them out, because I barely can help myself. Okay?
All right. All right. Hey, look, like I said, Kathy, like, you got to make sure that we do our part. And that's what she basically what she was saying. But like I said, sometimes as people in leadership, you got to kind of throw out that net before you. If you see something coming, if you got vision, then you can say, hey, people, hey, we got to do this and that before the storm hit. And I think that may happen since we've been talking about it, since we talked about it today. That may happen moving forward. You may see a little bit ahead of the curve. Hey, look, make sure them drains clean. Maybe the news may start trying to get ahead of it a little bit. It is what it is. If you want to join the cleanup tomorrow, is it too late to sign up? Because we got almost 300 We close to 300 on this end. Okay, 255. And people just going to be popping up too as well like they did last year. And then people going to bring extra relatives like they did last year. So, hey, it's going to be a powerful cleanup. If you want to know more information about the cleanup, go to ToryLoweCleanup.com. That's ToryLoweCleanup.com for where we're going to be and times and all of that. All of the good stuff is on ToryLoweCleanup.com. When we come back, Truth Nation, we'll have more conversation. Stay locked in.
More of the Tory Lowe Show is next on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
I travel all around the world, Dr. Ken, and when I tell you, based on my experiences, this is like the number one country that cares. Like, everything is about money. Yep. Everything.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I've told people in the past, you have to be careful of what you complain about and what you use as a tool, because other people will take it and use it in the wrong way.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family and help out in your community. You've been there for so many others. But when life challenges you, when rising costs, unexpected repairs, medical bills, or simply a rough stretch make it hard to keep up on a limited or low income, you're not alone. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are here for you, working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. If you're struggling with high utility bills, facing a disconnect notice, or dealing with a furnace emergency and your limited or low income isn't enough, support is available. Visit www.heat.help or call 1-800-506-5596 to apply for a hand up.
This April, it's Financial Literacy Month on 1017 The Truth, powered by UW Credit Union. Financial literacy isn't just about money. It's about confidence and making smart decisions for your future. UW Credit Union is here to help with free tools, expert guidance, and resources. From budgeting tips to one-on-one financial coaching and self-guided lessons you can access anytime. Because they're not a bank, they're a partner in your financial journey. Learn more at uwcu.org.
Discover your new favorite city, Milwaukee. Catch a sunrise over Lake Michigan. Sip your way through craft breweries and dive into a dining scene that's turning heads. From museums and music to thrilling sports teams and buzzing nightlife, Milwaukee delivers all season long. Good things are always brewing on the Fresh Coast. The expert guides at visitmilwaukee.org have everything you need to fully plan every detail, whatever it is you'd like to do in Milwaukee. Plan your trip today at visitmilwaukee.org. Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Hurt by a truck? Call Gruber's offices. One call, that's all.
This is the Tory Lowe Show on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup is tomorrow, Truth Nation. Hey, look, it's that time. We're going to be out from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., and we'll be cleaning up Milwaukee. Again, that's the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Bring out the whole family. Let's help clean the city. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup, sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffel's, Cousin Subs, Waste Management. Also, salute to Pop's Barbecue. Salute to Pop's Barbecue and Ben & Jerry's. Look, it's going to be a great time tomorrow. They saying it's going to be nice out We're going to be out there early. We're going to be done by 12. Also, we got MMSD. They'll be out at Dr. Martin Luther King Elementary School, and they'll have the cleaning unit, the mobile unit out there. If you got waste, harmful waste in your house, bring those items out, get them taken care of. We doing that deep cleaning. And, salute to everybody that if you can't come, get one garbage bag of trash off your neighborhood. I've been saying this is the Clean Your Hood Challenge. Now we need to aim at the drains. So if you see a drain that's cluttered, if you happen to walk by a drain, do the city a favor. Let's keep the drains clear. Let's keep the drains clear. Once again, that's a huge issue right now where they talking about the leaves and the litter. They saying people shouldn't litter, but let's start right now with the cleanup. Let's start right now with the attitude that moving forward, this is what we gonna do. And if you see a drain that's clogged, you walking down the street, you walking to the gas station, you in your neighborhood, you see a drain that's clogged, take 2 minutes to clean it off. If we can all do that, we'll probably help reduce some of the flooding. Now, some people saying it's more to the flooding than the drains, but now we can't tell because the drains weren't even cleared off. So if we got all the drains cleared, then we'll 100% say it's something else. Maybe they need to redo the sewer system. We don't know because it's too much going on, and we got to make sure that we do our part to make sure that we can kind of cut down on some of the flooding. So the best thing we can do as regular citizens is make sure the drains are clear. If we can do that and then try to not litter as much, but we can work on that. That's why I tell you to get out and clean so you can take the responsibility or feel a great pride in your neighborhood. And then this is what you got to teach the kids. You got to teach them how to do that. You can't tell them. You got to go and show them. Once these kids get out here and y'all make them clean up and take off that trash off the neighborhood, they ain't going to want to throw nothing on the ground. It's all about education. Knowledge is power. And don't assume that people know what to do. Put them to work. Let's go clean up. Y'all sitting around on this Saturday, let's go get out here and get some garbage bags and clean the neighborhood. And tag Tory Lowe in it. Tag me in it. I love to collect all of this because this is where we got to start. Cleaner community is a better community. People take great pride in anything that they have to work to clean up. Anytime you clean up your room, you don't want nobody messing it up unless you go mess it up. Understand what I'm saying? It's pride in taking initiatives like this. It's a teachable moment for the youth. And if you're not teaching them how to do this kind of stuff, then you're expecting them to operate in the way that you think they should. It's not going to happen like that. The big Tory Lowe community cleanup is tomorrow. Salute to all of the volunteers. Salute to all our sponsors. Salute. And let's get that hazardous waste out the basement, out of the garage. Let's get this stuff out the way. We're gonna have a mobile unit at Dr. Martin Luther King Elementary School. The mobile unit, all you gotta do is pull up, organize tonight. Go around the kitchen tonight. Go around the basement tonight. Go around the garage tonight. Get that hazardous material out your house. The toxic hazardous things that's sitting up there, collecting up under the sink, collecting down in the basement. Go to mmsd.com. Start packing it up tonight, so all you got to do is pull up and drop it off. Let's show the city how the power of the people. This ain't driven by the establishment. This us. This we the people doing this. And I'm with it. I'm with it 100. This was going on before all of this talk about the drains, and we do this every year. This is what we do. This Truth Nation. So it's our time, Truth Nation. Let's get outside. Let's have a great time. Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy ourselves and then get ready, because after this, it's going to be something else. We're going to have plenty call to actions, but right now, what's up right now is to get out and get the community clean. Spring cleaning is upon us. And like I said, we leading the way. We leading the charge. Thank you to everybody that participate once again. I can't thank you enough. And I love me some Truth Nation. I love me some Truth Nation. I never wanted to be on the radio with a dead audience that just listen and talk crazy. I wanted my audience to be active. I'm an advocate. I want to see y'all out in the street too, as well as talk to y'all on the air. This is our time, and I appreciate you, and I thank you. And for those that get out in the neighborhood, the Clean Your Hood Challenge, we've been doing that for 17 years. Get one garbage bag of trash up off the streets. Matter of fact, now go by the drains now. Get that trash up off the drains and add that to the Hood Challenge. Hey, you love your neighborhood. Everybody always talk about where they from. Show some love. I appreciate that. I want to see, is there anything? Okay, let's run to New York because it's a father from Rochester, New York, who was mistakenly told that his daughter was dead. He was mistakenly told that his daughter was dead, and he filed a lawsuit. He proceeded to file a lawsuit. Now they're saying he can move forward with the lawsuit. If you're watching this, we broadcast live. We got some footage on that. Let's get that story out the way before we get into the weekend. We got video and audio on this. Let's listen.
Shanice Cruz dropped her children off with her father in 2021 and disappeared.
I looked for her for 3 years, hard. I never gave up.
He even hired a private investigator who tracked her to Detroit and believed Shanice became involved in a religious cult.
So we just went on with our life, just raising the kids, because she was 28 years old when she left us. So, she's a grown woman.
That was until he got a knock on the door from Rochester police, who told him Shanice's body had been found, confirmed by dental records along Hudson Avenue in Rochester.
Oh, wow.
Months of grieving went by until one day Mark got this picture from a stranger on Facebook. It's Shanice in Detroit holding up a certificate dated well after she was alleged to have died. DNA evidence later proved the body was not her.
Oh, wow.
I first told this story in May of last year. The Monroe County medical examiner wouldn't speak with me, so I went straight to her boss, County Executive Adam Bello.
And my understanding of it was they did have the remains of someone that had a dental record that could be matched. And so they go through the process they go through, and they found what they thought was a match. Frankly, it was actually looked at now by two other professionals who looked at it and said it is a probable match. And there are also other things that could take place and other factors there. So that's what's being investigated now.
They were looking into the possibility that someone used Shanice's identity and insurance information to get dental work done, which generated the dental record they used to ID the body. That was of no comfort to Mark.
I think they rushed to close a missing person case. I truly believe that. Not never thinking that this would happen.
Wow. That's got to be the worst thing, to think that your loved one is, you don't even know what happened. But like I said, I ran into a situation that was similar to that, but we run out of time. But like I said, once again, keep your head on a swivel as usual. Sincere Running Ray Real in the chat, he got jokes. He said, what about old toxic family members and friends? Can we get them off and dump them too? Wow. No, you just got to use self-regulation. Hey, you got to work that in there. Regulate yourself around the toxic family members. Hey, look, Truth Nation, I can't wait to see y'all tomorrow out in the community. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be powerful, Truth Nation. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Go to ToryLoweCleanup.com if you want more information on what's going on tomorrow. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Keep your head on the swivel. Until then, green don't always mean go. And look both ways before you cross the streets. I love you. Dr. Ken Harris up next.
Coming with straight truth.